Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to our unofficial coverage of the ESL 1 DPC closed qualifiers for Season 2. It's just me right now. Alvaro said he's got better things to do, and then he sat down on the couch and started watching some anime. That's a joke, of course. He was actually reading manga. No, but he'll be joining us for the second series. Unfortunately, he's got some meetings to attend to, and we've got a draft to attend to here already. Let's go ahead and get right into that one. As we can see now on your screens, TORPEDA versus Almost Disbanded. Best of 3 series now in the closed qualifiers. In case you're unaware of the bracket or of the format, it's just a double elimination bracket here for all 8 teams, and it's going to be, well, if you win the lower bracket, you're through, and if you win the upper bracket, you're also through. So every team is going to have 2 chances here to get into that second season and try and get into that all-coveted DPC season. For season number 2, very exciting for that one. Of course, these qualifiers, or the league rather, starts in about a little bit less than a month, closer to 3 weeks here on the 12th, I believe, is when we'll be beginning things, according to the preliminary schedule that Valve handed out at the beginning of the season. But that's been accurate thus far, and I've got no reason to believe that it won't be accurate anymore. But let's talk about these 2 teams for a little bit. To be honest, this Almost Disbanded team is a little bit more of a newer stack. You will have recognized Antoha, of course, previous position 5 support player on the team, previously known as IPG, if you count our coverage for season number 1 of the DPC lower division. You'll recognize those guys. They're not going by Team Tequila, and they've been playing with Koval, who is a European player that previously played on, I want to say he was on Level Up, sounds correct to me. So they've replaced Antoha, unfortunately, and they did this with their last 2 games, like a lot of other teams did throughout the DPC. And so now he's got a new stack here, Almost Disbanded. That is not Lightless, that is just Lightless Fangirl. Lightless will be playing a little bit later on today, however.
Radiant
as I believe he's on the stack called Y-Try, which is actually playing right now versus Cascade Esports. I decided to cover this one instead. And TORPEDA going to have a couple of bigger names on these guys. Happy Do Yura is currently drafting. He should be the position 5. That's who we have here on the Liquipedia. Pios is going to be their carry. Mallory, the mid laner, formerly of Creepwave. You'll see him here as well. Looks like he'll be playing the Puck, Petushara, and So Bad here are going to be rounding up our lineup here. These guys used to be Yellow Submarine, Team Unique, Vega Squadron for So Bad, and of course Petushara, probably best known for his, actually last season, what was he on? Team Empire. Yeah, he's been standing in for Team Empire, right, yeah, or just playing for Team Empire. But now he's going to be looking for a different team here.
10 seconds remaining.
Yes, although he's the one that made the titles, mind you, and he made them incorrectly, so you can go and complain to him. But let's take a look at our draft now that we kind of know what both teams are approaching this one from. Of course, both teams want to be playing. I would say I would actually quite favor TORPEDA to win this one, to be completely honest with you. I think we'll see how they mesh, right? That's going to be, I would say, the most challenging part, given that obviously
10 seconds
So
remaining.
Bad and Petushara have played together before, I want to say.
5 seconds remaining.
For sure, let me see. Petushara, Kazel. Interesting. He's going by Kazel now, according to his Wikipedia. Team Empire, J178. Man, Petushara was really just on J178.
Dire team ban.
Took quite some time off. So it's incorrect. They didn't play together. Who did that out of these guys? It was Happy Do Yura and Petushara that played together. That's right. That's right.
10 seconds remaining.
Alrighty then. Looking for our last picks. Of course, we're still going to be in the same patch. Not too many people thinking we're going to get a patch in between now and the major, and I am one of those people. I would be very shocked if we did get a patch. We're probably going to be playing on this one until after the major. Maybe they'll finally adjust some things here and there. I can't imagine it'd be anything too major. No pun intended there, just because, of course, how close it is, just due to the proximity. Okay, Torpedo, what do we need here? It looks like probably another support. We could flex that puck on over to a 5, but I do like the fact that they have the Lion puck
10
combo
seconds
already.
remaining.
That's going to prevent the Lion to counterpick the puck, as we did get that puck in the
5
second
seconds
phase.
remaining.
The Alk is kind of the only problem right now. PA can fight an Alchemist a little bit later on. That's not usually too much of a concern, but early you're going to struggle to get through his chemical rage sort of regen. You're also not sure if it's a safe lane or an off lane out, because it's a pretty nice draft being strung together by Antoha, because if they do counterpick it even harder, what they'll do is they'll just send the Alchemist off lane, and they'll pick someone that can utilize an early Aghanim Scepter to fight, and then they'll play Alk off lane, right? I'm trying to think of who's a good carry that can use an early Ags. Because normally what you end up doing with offlane Alk, for the most part, is you give your first Axe to the most impactful
Dire
core,
team pick.
and that tends to be your mid laner.
Timber Spirit.
That tends to be your mid laner. Hello, Benjamin. It is going well. It's just me. It's just myself for right now. Avo's not here. He made me cast on his channel. He said, "You owe me," and then gave me a menacing glare.
10 seconds remaining.
It's also very weird. I think I'm live, right? It's on his channel.
5
Owe
seconds
me.
remaining.
Yeah, I am live, as you just heard the delay. Okay, so
You may
last
now
pick Ember,
select
and then
your
they hit him with the
heroes.
Underlord. Let me just focus on this draft for a second before I start reading the chat and get myself lost in the sauce. It's a last pick Ember, so it's an Ember off lane, so it will be Alchemist safe lane, Mallory mid lane, so they're going to be running the Puck 5, is what they decide. Honestly, the nice thing about Puck 5 this game is that you're just really looking to lock down the Alchemist. I mean, you're pretty hard countered by TA anyway as Puck, because you do all your damage in bursts, which is, you know, what Refraction is made for. So Ember's going to be tempted to go for the Flame Guard build to try and get through these Refraction charges in the mid lane. He's got a pretty good gank target, probably not top. Underlord's a bit too tanky for you. So bot lane is where you're going to be looking for kills. But that's not really too easy with a Tidehunter Lion, especially versus an Alchemist. So they might have a couple of challenges there, and a Coddle. So right now we don't have like a really great place for Malrine to rotate to. I think it's going to be a lot on Happy Do You Are this game to actually rotate around, because again, the reason you're running Puck 5 is really just for the Dream Coil and for the silence. It's nice to have, and if you can gank and contest the stacks of Alchemists, which you do pretty decent at here with your Ember Puck combo, you might be able to create enough space for your PA. Because it's, in my opinion, it's not all about the PA. But a lot of Torpedo is going to rely on this PA getting a good start and getting items. So I would go with Torpedo game number 1. Just because these are more familiar names to me here, Petishara, Mallory. Again, this is Happy Do You Are position 5, who we're drafting for them. So bad in PO. You know, all these guys quite well known. And I think they're going to make a really, really big play here towards lower division, season 2. It's going well. Thank you for asking. Again, Avo is going to be joining us for game number 2, guys. It's just me. You got to deal with me for now. And then Avo will be back here in just a bit. At least for game number 2, or series number 2, because we're going to be going through both games today. Here, please give me my camera. There we are. Oh, interesting. My mute key's on plus. Good to know. Alrighty. Antoha is currently AFK. Locks in his hero, did the whole draft, and then went to the bathroom. Classic. But yeah, that's going to be probably the biggest issue here. Is this is how to gank? Where do you get kills this game? Because the lanes are pretty tough to kill here for the side of. Oh goodness, for the side, I forgot how hard it is to cast Qualifiers. For the side of almost disbanded here, that's going to be AD with, I'm not sure who this is. Let me go ahead and throw some text up here so we can actually figure out which team is which. That would probably be quite useful here. Just 1 second. I mean, we got time. They're not even, they're not doing much right now anyway. They're just chilling in the fountain.
Should have seen that coming.
It's one team. See, the thing is, normally I've got Alvaro here to waffle for me when I do these technical things. Technical, as if putting text on screen is that hard. Their team flag is a bold statement. Yeah, with Pudge. I mean, Pudge position 5, I'd be looking to pretty much disband as well. Of course, they're not running the pos 5 this time around. It's going to be the very respectful Antoha. Or Antoha on the his very respectful Coddle. He plays a great Coddle here. What was this other team? TORPEDA. Okay. Alright, you ready for this? And then look at this. Boom. Now there's text on the screen. Now we know who's who. Beautiful, beautiful. Close qualifiers coverage. Smoke play. Unfortunately, they've guessed incorrectly here. Off on the side of TORPEDA. They're not going to find a single person. Happy to you are just checking for a ward. Of course, he's not going to see anything there. Oh no, I can't draw. Why can't I draw on the map?
30 seconds.
Oh, you got to be in a broadcaster slot to draw. Yeah, I don't know. I would definitely disband my team if all of a sudden he was like, if Antoha picked himself Pudge support. Like, my issue with the Pudge is that there's just better heroes, honestly. It's not like with the Pudge itself. I think it's just kind of like it's like a griefing pick. I don't think that's necessarily a hot take either. I just think there are better heroes at what he does. I'd be probably more fine in rare instances with like a position 5 Bat Rider over a Pudge. But then again, of course, I'm not a competitive player. I'm a pub player, so take that with a massive grain of salt. So they'll be sending Happy Diora down bottom in order to support the PA. Of course, the runes have been taken. There's just a couple of spectator glitches here, so don't worry. That's going to be a little bit annoying. I think that's got to do with my auto-exec thinking, being set up like I'm always in lobby. First blood here, maybe? They've got a lot of right-click damage, especially with the Blightstone here. It's actually kind of a nice move. I like Blightstone first. I'm probably not going to see full Orb of Corrosion, but it's really effective at harassing the Rubik out of the lane early on. Again, apologies for the level thing here. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could do this, but unfortunately not much we could do about that one either. Unless you know. If anyone knows how to get rid of that, do let me know. But it's a really nice lane because you're going to be able to harass the hell out of this Rubik. Let me turn on some... There it is. Get our laning tunes going. Especially because Puck, yeah, you do harass a lot with your spells, but on a support Puck especially, you have to be a little bit more reserved with your spell usage, because you're not just, you know, on mid lane Puck, you're just, you know, yeeting your spells out to get harass in. I mean, that's not accurate either, because they're getting spells out to secure range creeps and stuff like that, right? You're not really needing to CS as a support too much. You can secure the range creep pretty easily on the support Puck using the Illusory Orb or maybe a Waning Rift, but for the most part, it's going to be about the harass. As we can see, it'll be Flame Guard, Sleight of Fist build here. It's really, really damn good. Antoha, dead top lane, yeah. First blood, so bad we'll catch him. Healing salve as well to tank the tower. Started off with the boots on the position 4 Lion, which makes it pretty much impossible for Elk to ever catch up to him. There's a big move speed difference. Even Lion with a terrible attack animation, he can pretty easily outrun an Alchemist without too many issues. Although I will say, something that's nice about spectating with the replay, it feels like the music actually works, whereas when you're live in lobby, the music never just... It always seems to be playing the wrong stuff at the wrong times. Now it's actually just playing laning music. I think. I don't know, it seems a little bit too intense for laning. This camp is not blocked, actually, so... I think that's because they want to kind of stack it here, because Frazier can stack these, or can clear stacks super easily, and PA cannot until you get that Battle Fury. What's going on mid, though? 15 to 12 right now. Melrine falling a little bit behind. 16-year-old player out from Russia. He owns a cow. Can he get this kill onto XN? Absolutely not.
Came too close
As he did come too close there. Level 2 refraction, you get those 4 instances, which is not a lot here versus the Flame Guard, but... my goodness, that melted, absolutely melted him. They're going to try for a kill down bottom. They should be able to get this one actually here, especially with the Blightstone. Oh, they need one more. No, they got him. The creep actually are going to be left to their own devices, and they will tear through him. OMG, mute the music. Actually, it is very loud, isn't it? you can be a bit more quiet. It is just playing the same music over and over again, though.
You have been denied.
We've got a bottle at least for Mallory. It kind of sucks to have to go for a bottle. Not really, I suppose, because TA is not going to go for bottle, so it's going to be whatever. I wonder what you go for on this Ember, though. Sometimes if it's like physical damage, usually you'll see like Orb of Corrosion and then Maelstrom. Maelstrom still seems pretty good this game. Mixed damage versus the Alchemist, as the rune will spawn
Illusion
bottom.
dies.
Oh, it spawns top, actually. XN will snag it. This is going to be another kill into Mallorin. He cannot run away from this PA that easily. Not until he's level 6, and now he's like a whole level behind. This is maybe even 2, actually. This is very, very bad. Unfortunately, we can't really quite see this. T-Tour's up top. Petushara is going to go down to Antoha. This almost disbanded team. They're coming out swinging. There's level 6 already here for RTA. So now this lane becomes a way more difficult for Ember to actually try and even contest any creep.
Is under attack.
Hell, with this Blightstone, you're going to get some really good tower damage, and you even have illusions to tank the tower for you here. This is very, very bad. They need to rotate someone over. Luckily, or I suppose, luckily if you're a Team Torpeda fan, there's no wagon here quite yet. So you're not going to really take too much damage from the like the creep wave itself. What's Ember's rank? He's playing like an ancient. He's not playing that bad. I mean, Mallorin is a very, very strong player. Again, he used to play on creep wave, which is no longer a team. But creep wave, they were just shy of. They were literally one loss short of being able to join the tiebreakers in EU lower division. So if you watch any EU lower division, he was the mid laner for Creep Wave, the team that also had Amar or ATF, Amar the fucker. I can swear now, it's unofficial coverage. And who else did they have on this squad? Amar, Crystallis, safe lane carry. He was pretty good. He is still unaccounted for as far as I know, so keep an eye out for him. Yeah, Amar the friendly guy. That's right. Amar the friendly guy. Of course, I don't want to. I mean, that's the thing is, I don't know if you guys saw, but he called out OD in cast, like he all chatted, "Casters, you know my name. Why don't you say it?" Amar the farmer. Yeah, he's a farmer. So Amar is also unaccounted for in terms of where these players are going to be going. Of course, Amar from Jordan would probably most likely end up on a CIS stack, I would assume, for ping reasons. I think it's still not going to be too nice of a difference between East Europe and Western Europe, but I would assume it's going to be a little bit nicer to play here. Level 1 in Pit of Malice, but with Telekinesis, actually, they're going to get a second latch, and that's going to be a kill onto the PA. Really, really nice job there. Really nice job. That's only level 1 Telekinesis as well. That's very, that's a little bit tough to do. Nice job. Almost Disbanded are kind of starting to run away with this one. It's looking a little bit scary, but we are contesting stacks. This is a crucial point. A very crucial point. Unfortunately, Almost Disbanded, they're bringing the bodies here to defend this. There's the Ravage here, level 1. And that'll get the kill onto Antoha at least. I don't know, the thing is for Almost Disbanded is with this draft, you do have to win the early game like this. Because you have two people that really want to farm stacks early on. And it's hard to really justify taking stacks away from the PA, from the TA, because obviously TA is another one of these heroes that needs just an insane amount of farm, much like the Alchemist. But then you're also delaying Alchemist's game, and that's not really the point of playing the Alch. It feels like this lineup's going to be really strong, like 20-25 minutes in, and then if they don't win by then, I think they're going to have some PA problems. Granted, you could always have TA problems, right? Because Templar Assassin pretty damn strong versus the Phantom Assassin because, again, of refraction. PA is she throws haymakers, right? She does not float like a butterfly. She just stings like a bee, and that's not really too good at getting through refraction charges. Like, again, no one really is but this Ember Spirit, but Mallorin's not having a great start. He's going for Urn, though, which is useful early on, and also you can further build into the Vessel. It's actually pretty good. I don't really see anyone else on his team that could build the Vessel this game, and you do really need one, of course. Versus an Underlord, it's nice to have, obviously, but mostly for the Alchemist, Chemical, and Rage. You can use it, who, speaking of, is actually continuing to just farm stacks. Look at this, just perma-acid spray as well. My goodness. I mean, everyone is farming so much on Almost Disbanded. It's kind of ridiculous. Look at this. They're so farmed. How do you fight them right now? You need level 6 on Puck ASAP and level 6 on Lion, and then you can look for kills. Because anyone dies when you have these support duos, when they have both of their ultis up. Look, there's already a double stack of Ancients here. This is so much damage. We are going to be going for Battle Fury on Alchemist. Here we go. Contesting stacks yet again. Happy to hear he throwing down the ward. Mukushi, he recognizes that. The spell stolen should be that Waning Rift. That's a good, dangerous spell to steal. Is so bad. He's going to be left behind here. XN going to clean him up. In the meantime, though, oh no, Malorian, he's been caught as well, but he did get at least the Remnant away. XN with the trap. They just got the slow, and he's got another Remnant to escape. That's going to then allow the Alchemist to continue farming up the Ancients here. Interesting decision to go for the Orb of Corrosion on Petushara. This is looking like a very rough game 1 right now, though, for TORPEDA. Sup, Arthur? Mr. Aloro is not here. Congrats on the affiliate. Uh-oh, hold on. Happy to hear. He's in trouble. He's got a Floating Rift at least on top of the Ravage, then onto 2. They're fighting in a really great spot here for the pit. It's actually going to latch another time, which is going to reveal the PA. Not like really she had anywhere else to go. Phantom Strike probably just still coming off cooldown, and that is a very bad trade here. PA is going to be going for the Battle Fury, of course. It's hard to really match the pace of the Alchemist, especially when he's gotten off to this great of a start. Sup, Arthur? How's it going? How's the streaming on Twitch going? I see that you already have affiliate. Congratulations. Triple stack? I mean, yeah, it's like a triple stack. Double stack is like, because technically, if you think about it, Alvo said this to me one day. If you think about it, hold on, are they fighting up here? No, they really can't. If you think about it, this is already a single stack, isn't it? And then when you drag the creep out and let another another creep spawn, I would say that's a double stack. I don't know if this counts as a stack, right? I think you can have like a nice fight about that. So yeah, there was only 2 extra camps there, so I call it a double stack. Because other than that, it's not like the camp wouldn't be there if you didn't stack, right? I mean, who cares? We all know what we're talking about anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a deal.
Tower is under attack.
XN, this could be a big kill. Searing Chains, we got Lion Finger. Do we need it? Absolutely. The Waning Rift on top, and down goes XN. Nice job here. Like I said, with the 2 supports, this is the kill squad. It's too early to realistically be fighting with Petushara. He needs to get a couple of items. They're going to go probably all into the PA basket here, as we can see the Medallion into the Solar Crest already being queued up. That'll be fine, honestly, because you don't have any catch problems with an Ember, Puck, and Alliance to start off your fights. And speaking of starting fights, they're going to go for another kill onto Antoha. He's not snapping this coil yet, as with the horse, of course, he's trained to be on a lead. Nice telekinesis, creating a bit of space. I think Antoha lives here, to be honest. They're going to try, but there's Frazier with the latch onto 2, the root, and Antoha is completely fine. In the meantime, there's Battle Fury already. That's a bit scary. Okay, so we got Battle Fury, and we're going to go for Deso first for XN. Okay, I think that makes sense, because you got a couple of very easy kills here. Nice job, actually, dodging the Searing Chains.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Going for Rana Vatos as well for the Underlord. You know... Yeah, I was saying maybe I wouldn't mind the Yule Scepter instead for the Ember, of course. But honestly, I think Rada is a bit stronger because you can continue to do damage to someone like the Tidehunter. It's not going to proc his Kraken Shell. You don't really need to dispel Flame Guard this game. I mean, it would be nice, maybe. But honestly, if you're using Rada Vatos on Ember, it's probably because you're trying to kill him. It's probably not because you're trying to save your TA. I think if you're trying to save TA, you build like a Force Staff instead or something like that, or a Glimmer even. But you don't really care about Flame Guard this game because you just have so much physical damage to burst through basically everyone, especially with this Desolator already completed. Well, about to be completed, I should say, for XN. And then I think almost disbanded. They need to get a pretty big fight, probably like another kill onto PA, because I don't think PA has Battle Fury yet. Yeah, this is a very rough time for PA. Still, it's only 12 minutes, but at the same time, we're not really too close to the Battle Fury. I mean, we're like, what? We're 1 component away because we basically have enough for the Void Stone, but we still need the full Claymore, so it's going a bit rough right now for TORPEDA. They just need to get to late game, though. If they can get to late game, they'll have probably enough lockdown for TA. I don't know, though, because BKB is super strong. If they can survive the long-duration BKBs of the Templar Assassin, then I would say TORPEDA, they've got a chance. Or if they can even win the game before TA BKB comes out, but that doesn't seem very likely, of course, versus an ALK and a TA that have had this type of start. ALK is going to be going for the Halberd next. Yeah, good item versus the BA. Increases his regen, makes him even tankier. That's going to need to, yeah, we do need to expedite this this vessel, though. Malorine, he's on top of it. Very much playing a utility Ember this game. So again, it's they don't really have anything to fall back on if PA does not get kills or does not get a good start here. That's the main concern I have. Ember cannot like carry this game for them with his build. All right, so they're going to go hunting. Can they find him? Yes, they can. They're going to send the Illusory Orb after the Illusory Orb, but it was a juke all along. Because Soul Eater, he's standing still. He made an effort, wasted a little bit of time at the very least. What can they get out of this space that he's created them? It doesn't look like a whole lot. They're going to be recalling someone down bottom, though. It's probably the TA. That's Frazier, so they're going to want to go for the skill on the So Bad. Good jukes, though. That'll get him out of dodge. As now they're going to scout him and actually save him from the Illuminate damage. Not like they would have had the kill anyway.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower
Down goes the tier 1 top. Yeah, I think since Creepwave has disbanded, there's also probably another slot left in Europe to go to. I believe the Hustlers are technically still in because Bait kind of merged with them as here's So Bad. Down he goes. Nice job. That's going to be that Desolator, of course, tearing through him now, courtesy on the TA. Of course, we still have Virtus Pro Prodigy. So the reason Bait was originally slated to play in these closed qualifiers, but of course they changed their roster and they technically merged with the Hustlers, or the team that started with X in lower division last time, you know, with Magical and those guys. So that's going to be now the new Bait org. It's funny, if you go over to the Dota 2 roster website right now, they're all playing with that tag instead of Bait, but they are officially Bait. So there's no Bait right now in these closed qualifiers as they have, you know, kind of Suns fan their way into next season. Of course, in a very official manner, but that's going to be the new roster for Bates. They've dropped RDO, who's actually on another stack here. RDO, I believe he's playing in European qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. I don't know if I saw him, though. RDO is still playing. He's playing actually with Dino, so I think maybe they're keeping a slot, and that's how that one's working. We're fighting, though. Of course, you need to go for this Lion first. This Finger is a big win condition on these team fights, but you've already taken out the puck. Down goes the Lion. You got way too much damage. Petushara, the fight's already lost, so he's just going to hold on to his Ravage, trying to escape with his life. He's got no chance, so they will run him down. Malorine, in the meantime, slowed to a crawl by the Solar Bind, and now the TA trap, as they finally will get Petushara. Careful here, Malorine. Once again slowed. The trap's just making his life hell. And down he goes. Lots of tips on the Happy Diarra. I didn't actually see why. What did he? He didn't even get the coil off or anything, so it's not like he missed a spell, but maybe just attempting to try and tilt him. Of course, this is a best of 3. So it's not all going to be over based off of this one. We nearly have this Rod of Atos completed. This is a bit problematic because we almost have all of the items we need to kind of fight. Once again, BKB on XN is going to be the window in which you're going to be looking to close this game out here if you're almost disbanded. BKB means you completely ignore Lion, you ignore Puck, especially because there's no chance of getting nags this game, at least when BKB is still relevant. I mean, BKB is always relevant, but I would say it's especially relevant for its 10 to 8 second charges, and that's what I'm referring to there. How's a lineup this greedy? Well, honestly, it starts by beating the crap out of the Ember in lane, right? Because top lane is actually pretty damn easy for this Alchemist, especially versus a Tide Hunter, versus a Tide and a, what did they throw top, a Lion? You just don't really do anything to the Alchemist, to be honest. especially again with the Coddle to keep him. And because Alk kind of is one of these self-sufficient laners, this allows the this allows the Coddle to leave the lane and stack a whole lot, as the Malorian will be forced away. EU coverage? Nah, I'm not doing EU coverage. I know that T-Gov is doing EU coverage, so you can check out his channel, because he'll be doing a lot of the EU coverage later on. I think he's having Nomad and Mofara, and I think I saw a tweet saying that Cap is going to join, so you guys should check that out. That'll be live a little bit later. Yeah. So that's exactly it. I mean, just look how fast they do Rosh. I mean, my goodness, 4 meld stacks. Have mercy for Roshan. Holy moly. They might even catch the puck here, because that's going to be a second root guaranteed. They even have telekinesis. See you later. That's Aegis now for XN. On top of this Blink Dagger, we're a quarter of the way towards BKB. Like, this is looking... I mean, of course, it's a 10k net worth lead, but, like, again, net worth means nothing, and you have to even ignore it even more when there's an Alchemist, because really, you just got to look towards what we actually have. I mean, what do we have for PA? We've got Battle Fury and one of the components for BKB. I mean, there's no chance this gets turned into a Deso this game. As much as maybe PO would like to do it, you just lose if you go Deso, because you just get rooted and you die. So you need BKB, and it feels so bad to use these BKB charges just to not die in these fights, because you're still going to be lacking damage, especially with Atrophy Aura. It's still only level 1, so I'd like to see a couple more levels in Atrophy to really make this PA's game suck. Because, of course, reducing your base damage is going to reduce your critical damage by a whole lot. But yeah, because this Alk had pretty much, you know, no trouble in the top lane. It's here they go again to kill Happy Yara. Yeah, he's dead. Because he had no trouble, Coddle was just able to get so many stacks. And there they go, stacking the tips on a Happy Yara again. That's definitely a big weakness of Lion. He's situationally very good against only a couple of laners, right? But Alk, he doesn't need mana. Like, mana drain doesn't hinder him from farming for 2 reasons. One, you're not really too dependent on it. You kind of are with Acid Spray, but that's okay, because once again, Coddle, he just comes back from the jungle and refills your mana with Chakra Magic, and you're good to go. Doesn't even need a Soul Ring this game, of course, with the Battle Fury build. And now they're going to be pushing the tier 2 tower already. There's absolutely no chance for Torpeda to defend this. Oh my goodness, we even have Imp Claw. I mean, this game is it's so deadly. Yeah, Toho did a great job in lane. I wasn't really looking top lane too much, because I was more interested in how hard this Ember was getting trashed by TA. I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. Not at all. Especially having seen Malorian play previously. He's a very strong laner, and I wouldn't say this is indicative. This is not a very indicative of a standard game for him here.
Radiant are scanning.
As he will pop the smoke of Antoha. Oh no, he probably, funnily enough, wanted to keep running in the same direction. But Soul Eater is going to get him with the telekinesis, and that is a kill. As the recall Munkushi back in. Petushara, he's just going for whatever he can. Now he's going to be going for this Blink Dagger, because unfortunately Puck and Lion just don't have a game right now either. They just die.
Has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, y'all should I mean, you should still stay and watch our closed qualifier coverage, because the next round I think is going to be really good. I mean, just my goodness, PA just dead immediately. Do we have BKB? No, I don't think we even have BKB. That's just the recipe now. I don't know. I mean, I hate to be such a negative Nancy, but this one just might be over already. I mean, it's really surprising. I would say what's crazy to me is Torpeda, they tried to do the right things. They were contesting stacks nice and early, but unfortunately, almost disbanded. They brought the bodies to defend it. I don't know if it's 100% over. What does our Overlord Dota Plus say? I mean, even our Overlord Dota Plus, which is 100% worth the money, only says 93%. And I would say that's actually kind of accurate. There's still a chance. I mean, PA is like the queen of comeback heroes, right? How many times have we been watching games where PA just gets an Ags Divine and all of a sudden the game is turned around? I was casting a game with Winter once, and that pissed him off so much. He actually got so upset that the PA came back in such a fashion. He was so angry. But he had a point. Because he's like, you play the game perfectly, and all of a sudden you buy one item and you come back.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We've got Aether Lens. It's a good item here for So Bad, because right now your only hope is to just stand really far away and cast spells and hope that maybe you can be impactful in that fashion. Especially a Hex here could be massive. But what, we've got BKB soon, right? Yeah, we've got BKB now. And even this Aghanim Shard for TA is like, it's killer. It's really, really damn good this game. I think it's all another 30 minutes. I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't really look like that's the case, right? Oh, all right, there it is. You at least dodge the Melt Strike, so you don't get the one-hit kill for XN. But it's not much better. It's not much better dying to the second hit. There's Aegis being reclaimed, but I don't think that's really going to stop.
Tower is under attack.
Almost disbanded here. Yeah, so the reason... Oh, look at this. We even actually have the Ag Shard. So throws a applies a Dispel, gives them attack speed and HP regen. The Dispel's really nice this game. Gets rid of the Silence, gets rid of the Searing Chains, will not Dispel Hex, will not Dispel Earthspike. Yeah, you need a strong Dispel for that one. But will Dispel this slow. Not that that makes much of a difference. So they're going to go high ground. Not even just kill Ember. Yeah, he's going to be rooted again. Maybe rooted it for a third time. No, he gets off at least the Remnant. But look how scary that is. And like that's not even an ulti. Like that combo is ready to go again in 5 seconds. How do you fight against this right now if you're Team Torpeda? Like the game is just so hard. BKB active for Monkichi just because he wants your tier 3 tower, I guess. That's a little bit of a preemptive BKB for sure. It's gonna force almost Disbanded back a little bit, but I mean it's not like this allows Team Torpeda to push, you know. But hey, if you need to stall the game 30 minutes, like Chad is saying, this is step number 1, right? Waste the 10-second BKB. They're gonna be looking to fight, but I think it's a bait because they have Frazier here in a perfect position. It's basically a free Pit of Malice right now. Kind of a mistake from Antoha to deward the sentry though, because that lets them know that there's enemies holding a defensive position in the triangle. Great position from Soul Eater though. He's not going to see anyone if he breaks smokes, but what this does do is it really stops him from going any further. Okay, so the wraparound, Pio's coming from behind. This could be a great jump onto 2. They go. Petashar with this Ravage, going to have to go for it now. Top of the BKB is going to be Pio. They buy back now on Antoha, but Malorine going down. It's okay. He's not that much damage, but stolen Ravage now. Petashar is just going to purge it off immediately as Pio is forced to TP out under the cover of the BKB. Petashar likely to be left behind, however, as they will catch the Lion, but this is much more of an important kill. 5 more tips onto Happy Diora as there's the GG getting dropped. Unfortunately, the net worth deficit is simply too much at this stage for it to make much of a difference. And that is game 1. Almost disbanded. They take a very early lead here, which is going to bode well for them, obviously. Go ahead and wipe this and take a look at stats before we get into our second game. By the way, if you want to spectate these games by yourself in client, you can do so. They're all playing under the, pardon my German, because I do not speak a lick of German. They're under the Meisterschaft Spring Cup. You can spectate them as well by going to watch tournaments. Amateur Europe is where you find these games. But let's take a look. Oh, show me the, yes. I mean, 7-21, again, I'm so surprised that, I'm surprised as well that they were able to make a draft as greedy as this one work, quote unquote, because it is really greedy. And I would say that when I say greedy, and I think when other casters say greedy, they mean that both heroes have very heavy, or 2 cores, or, you know, 2 cores, or a lot of your space makers, they need to go into a heavy farming period at the same time, right? And this game, it was certainly true. I even pointed it out, but it didn't really matter because, my goodness, TA just had so much farm. Alchemist did a good job of not just taking all of the stacks and vacuum farming it away. I think that probably would have still been a loss, despite how hard this Ember was countered. I mean, unfortunately, like, again, Ember just didn't really have a game. 6K, 6,800 net worth. How much hero damage? I mean, 7K hero damage, it looks like a lot, but that is basically the Vessel doing work against not only the Alk, but also the Underlord. It's good damage regardless. I mean, someone had to try and do damage, but they just never really got to play Dota here this time around for Torpeda. My goodness, I mean, it was over so quick. I mean, for an alchemist, it's kind of disingenuous to look at 10 minutes. So, like, look closer to 5, and you can see already in the lane he was off to such a great start. And Ember, notably, is off to a terrible start. I mean, he's over 1,000 gold behind the TA, like 5 minutes in, right? Like that's, oof. That's not what you want. And I think this one, unfortunately, it just kind of from the laning decisions. Really, or from the draft, right? I don't think you could have tried to lane this any better, but when you try and flex the puck and then you immediately get hit by the TA Alchemist instead, the game just gets really, really damn hard. Let's go ahead. I'm going to be primarily watching this other game, but because we're on a 10-minute delay here, which is why we're live, the matches are on a 10-minute delay. Let me see if I can find... Yeah, the other game's not up yet, so we'll just watch this game here momentarily. I don't believe anyone else is doing coverage of the closed qualifiers, so if you're joining us, thank you very much. Except for Maincast, of course. You can catch them there for the official Russian coverage. This one is going to be... I mean, we have Lightless Fan Midding. They might actually end up playing against each other, funny enough, in the next round. That might be very exciting to catch. But next time, or for the next time slot, I'm going to be hoping to catch Nemiga. Nemiga is looking really, really good right now as well. They are a roster that's been around for quite a long time.
Haste.
Let me see who do they have now. And then we'll jump into game 2 in just a bit here. But of course, that's going to take a while to actually go live. Oh, this is OD mid, by the way. Wow, he went for Ags on OD mid. How relevant is he then in these team fights? I mean, so far, pretty damn good. I mean, it's a great item as well versus the Dusa. Stolen Ravage? Poggers? What a Stolen Ravage? Yo, a team fight winning. Maybe even game winning with that Stolen Ravage. Yeah, look at this. OD's dead. Unfortunately not. It doesn't look like it's going to be that impactful. It looked really good, though. And the reason why I was interested about the Ags OD... Hold on, is Slark going to turn this? Nice, he's dead, right? Yeah, good body block there. Good body block, nice job. The reason I'm so surprised to see the OD Ags is, I mean, this is an item that back when OD was actually picked and not going for the meme hammer builds, which is good, don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with the meme hammer builds, but back when he would actually just, you know, when you would actually play Dota with the hero instead of just split pushing with Meteor Hammer, this used to be the builds on mid lane, minus the Meteor Hammer, of course. You would just go straight Ags and Blink, and you would just take people out of the fights for forever. It's really great versus the Medusa. What is this? Who's your... Okay, so yeah. So it's mid lane Puck, who went for the Veil, interestingly enough. Veil already for Lincoln Sphere. Yeah, I mean, that's what you need versus this OD. Because he also steals a crap ton of mana. Medusa, I think, actually has like the 5th or 6th highest int gain in the game. She's got, in fact, higher int gain, of course, than Agi. And of course, this is to do with the design of the hero, with mana shield, blah, blah, blah. So that's no surprise. But Puck as well has some pretty insane mana gain, or sorry, int gain. And you steal, what, 20% of the max mana each time? No, it's a little bit less, right? It's more. You steal 22%. I didn't know that. I thought it was 20. It's 20% for the Arcane Aura. So, of course, you do just so much damage with this Ags. You take the Dusa out of the fight. It's essentially a disarm because at this stage right now with Slark doesn't really want to be fighting her. I'd still maybe like to see a Halberd, though, to be honest. Wait, no, she Sui's the mid player 100% because I've casted Cascade before. So this is offlane Void Spirit, right? He went for kind of a greedy build with the Zags. I think probably Halberd is better because as nice as this combo is, nice timing there on the coil. Is he going to die anyway? Yeah, he is. Oh my goodness, they just burst him with this Veil. It's so much damage. It's so much damage. I mean... I always forget, but this is the other way you can play Puck, right? You can go, instead of going for phase shift attack, going for the new Witch Blade and that sort of stuff, you can go for just magic damage instead. Is this game over? No, right? They don't win here. Stolen Snakes, good steal. It always really sucks to play Shaman versus a Rubik because you only have AoE spells. So if you don't, or you only have targeted spells, so it's super easy to steal your ulti. because if there's no creep or heroes nearby, you literally can't cast another spell. So good steal there. Unfortunately, he kind of put them in a bad spot. That's not going to do much.
Dire's middle tower
And this is already, oh my god. I mean, we're 33 minutes in, so it's no surprise, I guess, we have this much farm on the map. Void Spirit's going to live here. Kaori is not, probably. If they want to kill him, they can. Actually, they cannot. Meteor Hammer is good. That is going to be not timed well, though. Ravage, oh no. Yeah, I think that's the game. Shisui with kind of a big whiff there. And this is going to put the Slark in a tear. Look at, he can't even run from Medusa. I mean, now he's even coiled up. No, oh, okay. A good steal on the Stone Gaze. He turned the Medusa to stone, but he also turned himself to stone. And he's going to die for that. But he did save his Slark, so there's value there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But I think this one is still over, unfortunately.
Dire's middle barracks.
I think,
Dire's middle barracks.
I think maybe you go like Kaya and Sanj, and then you disassemble the Kaya, or you disassemble the Sanj for Halberd. You just go straight Halberd, because the problem is, this game, in my opinion, if you take the Ags, it's great, like I said, for basically an effective disarm, especially because you banish them for 4 seconds. But the issue is Slark needs to hit someone in these fights, right? And you can't, like, I feel like you also do need to banish this Tidehunter, because that's something he cannot shrug off, and it prevents the Ravage from coming out. Because Slark, you can steal Essence off of the Tidehunter, but he's just going to Ravage you, right? And you probably, when you're that close, you're not going to be able to dodge Ravage. Oh my goodness, Felhero even has a BKB. Wow. Okay, good save. They might be able to maybe turn this fight. Well, no, the OD ulti didn't do nearly enough damage. Okay, no, Oracle's still gonna live here too. Great shackles onto the Void Spirit. He's dead. Yeah, this one's over, I think. But I was saying, I think instead, like, maybe you don't Astral the Dusa. You Astral, for sure, 100%, you Astral this Tidehunter, because that's something he can't dispel, and that prevents the counter initiation. And then you just let Slark steal Essence off of the Dusa when she's disarmed. I don't know. That's a thought, right? Lightless doesn't care. He's got Aegis. He's even probably going to be able to fight Slark. Oh, Stolen Shackles is pretty good, but oh my goodness. Slark's going to die no matter. Yeah? Yeah, this one's over. GG. Cascade. I didn't expect Cascade to lose this one, actually, so I'm kind of surprised that this one ended with a win as well. Oh, net worth? Yeah, my bad. I should have shown. I mean, it's 24k net worth. My bad. I should have still shown the net worth for sure. Get me out. And then we might have a bit of a wait here for the next match to actually start, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a wait here. Might throw it back to a wait screen because I'm not a very good streamer. I can't just shoot the shit with especially without Avo. If Avo is here, I make fun of him, but unfortunately he's not. Again, he's going to be joining us for our second series guaranteed. He might be able to pop in a bit sooner, but he's going to be in a meeting currently. So we're going to have to wait for him. Just play Turbo. Is this not Torpeda versus Almost Disbanded? Hello, yes, it will be Torpeda versus Almost Disbanded. You missed game 1. They did lose that one here. We were just catching the other game in between because, of course, we had a little bit of time in between. But game 2 should be starting momentarily. Oh, I didn't mean to go right into the replay. We can go ahead and exit out of this.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
There it is. Thank you, thank you. I try to be a good caster. But yeah, again, this game, surprised that Almost Disbanded made it work. And I think these are actually the type of strats that you can get away with in qualifiers. This is going to sound mean, but I promise you, I've got the utmost respect for all of these players, especially for Petushara and almost Urara, and Happy to Urara, sorry, because these guys were carrying. I mean, this was so long ago, and I tell the story in cast as well, but these guys were actually carrying CIS. When CIS, back in DPC 2019, was kind of in a bit of a rough spot. You had, like, the first place or the highest placed CIS team or Eastern European team in DPC 2019 standings. I think it's actually still this way because, of course, we had to disband or discard DPC 2019-2020, was VP, and VP was still in like 13th place, right? That was the highest placed CIS team. They were 13th, guys, after like one major, maybe even, I think it was after 2 majors, right? ESL LA Major, I think that was going to change because VP was looking a lot stronger for that one, and of course it never happened. So I don't want to be disingenuous, but definitely for like the first 2 minors, it was like the J178 show, right? And that's where Petushara came from. Happy Duyara as well was on that roster. He played the puck here. But yeah, we're just going to be waiting for this game to pop up here, and then we'll jump in. There we go. Is this going to be in the waiting period, though? Yeah, expect 10 minutes of this screen here or something like that. But we'll be live with this one soon, TM. In the next round, though, we're thinking of covering... is this Europe? This is Europe. I was about to say, wait a second, Team Bald is Europe. Again, guys, Europe, by the way, is going to start in a little while. Definitely recommend you guys check out... it's unofficial coverage, of course, but check out T-Gov's stream. He's going to have a couple of the Brits on. I'm sure they're going to follow Ed's Antique, ADZ, Symmetrical, and Tanner, right? So they'll be live soon enough, in about 5 hours, so you can check them out there for the EU qualifiers. Can we see ranks? Sure. While we're waiting to disconnect, or while we're waiting. I mean, we might as well, right? I don't even know if you can see their ranks here. Okay, just Immortal. 249. Who's this again? This is... I get really confused. I used to ref football, soccer. I'd also get confused between players, so I would just always look at the number. I've got like name blindness. This is gonna be... This is so bad. Oh, of course it's so bad. It's right there. Petushara is ranked 31 in the off lane as well. This is Happy Duyara, 133. Mallory, he's 102. Yeah, so Mallory is really damn good, guys. Mallory is very good. What's his PA's rank then? 332. Almost the magical number, but not quite. Honestly, anything above Immortal, like 400, 500, especially in Europe, is like pretty damn good. It's just about who plays more ranked at this stage, because it's you have to remember it's plus 30 per win and minus 30 per loss, so it's not really the old system anymore. So these ranks, they mean a lot, don't get me wrong, but I think like matchmaking rank, especially when you approach the top 1% and the bottom 1%, it doesn't really mean that much. It's just about who plays more. Babito, 417. There it is. There's your rank. Santoha as well, 264, and then the carry is going to be 172. There you go. There's your ranks. Well, we'll see if this one's ready to go. Again, it's probably going to be a couple more minutes of waiting screen here. And you can watch these matches yourself if you don't like the commentary. Oh, there it is. We're live. Holy moly. You can watch them yourself by just going to the Meistercraft tickets. Perfect timing here. So this draft is just starting. Of course, there's a 10-minute delay. The stream is not delayed, but there's a 10-minute delay set in lobby.
Team ban.
Okay, so what do we have? We have first pick for Almost Disbanded and Team TORPEDA. Okay, so it's 1 right now, by the way. Almost Disbanded are leading 1-0. Looks like there's probably like a bot running these matches or something like that. My apologies if it's an admin. I don't mean to call you a bot, but they're probably like just, it's qualifiers.
Remaining.
You just get the game started ASAP to keep things running on time. Because there's going to be, I believe, only one more round of matches today, right? No, there's only one more round of matches today. We're only doing upper bracket round 1, I think. 18. Yeah. And then tomorrow we've got another 2 rounds. Yeah. So it's just one more match after this one. Why is there a Pudge hanging from the flag? I don't know. I think they're just having a fun time. Wait, is he like actually... Oh no. It's don't worry about it. It's kind of it's definitely like a Monka S. You know, maybe a Monka TOS kind of, to be honest. It's not a whatever. I don't really have a whole lot of comments about the Pudge banner. But anyway, almost disbanded are leading 1-0. That's the important part here. They're all best of threes. There is a lower bracket, so it's not, you know, the worst thing in the world if TORPEDA get eliminated here. Obviously, you'd rather not because you have to play 2 more matches if you want to qualify through the lower bracket. But the next match we're going to cover, guys, is going to be V Gaming versus Namiga. V Gaming looks really... I think it's in V Gaming, right? What were we going to do? Cordy versus VPP? No, we're going to probably do V Gaming. I think looks really good. And then Namiga as well looks really strong right now. Looks really, really strong. He's just hooked. Don't worry about it. Don't read into that one. He's just being hooked. All right. Oh, it looks like they probably remade this lobby, by the way, because I think... Yeah, okay, they remade this one. If anyone speaks any Cyrillic, that'll be for them. Which means that... Oh, no, I hope they make the lobby on ticket again. Usually the game kind of bugs out. Oh, okay. This is a little bit unfortunate. I'm sure the admin's going to make it on ticket, but it doesn't always show up when this happens, unfortunately. Yeah, because everyone is clearly gone from this one. All right, well, hopefully we're going to be needing to wait for the new lobby to be up. It looks like maybe they messed up the pick order or something. Yeah. Everyone, please press F for the lobby. Anyway, for Season 2, I think Season 2 is going to be looking really good as well. Even regardless of who makes it or not, I think Season 2 is going to be a bit of a blast. Thank you for the Fs. What's up, Feeds After Midnight? How's it going? Because what? I mean, Bait is back, baby. But Bait, of course, is going to be different in case you guys have not seen the news. They are going to be replaced by Watson, DK Fugus, and No Fear. And they're also... Yeah, that's going to be that roster. And then they keep TSO. They keep TSA. Watson is a pretty strong player. He's out of Kazakhstan, and he played on a team called Totally Spies, which were like a closed qualifier stack, right? And they were pretty good, actually. They were pretty good. So keep an eye out for Bait in the second season. Of course, RDO as well is going to be playing on a different roster. He's currently playing for Level Up. But I don't see them in qualifiers for Europe, so I don't know if they're going to be participating in Season 2 for DPC. Of course, guys, Level Up, they were removed from Season number 1 for your lower division Europe. I believe, I don't remember why. I don't remember the exact reason. But it's a completely new roster. It's a different org, and it seems like they're going to be distancing themselves from the older roster. Of course, because of whatever happened there, right? So that's going to be exciting. But I don't see them, obviously, and they shouldn't retain their slot either in upper division. Of course, because they were removed and DQ'd. I think Gambit is sticking around. No, actually, I saw Sani on a different squad. Let me see if this match is live. Probably still the same lobby, unfortunately. No, this is the new lobby. It just launched. Thank goodness. But we're still going to have to wait, it looks like, a while.
Dire team banned.
Oh, no, we're not. Lovely. No, this is the same lobby. God damn it. So, fun fact, if you don't ban anything in Captain's Mode, you just don't ban if you run out of time. You don't end up randoming a ban. And, yeah, so that one is going to be a bit of a problem, because it will show up here under the ticket. Yeah, they're currently playing under Spider Pigs, actually. Did they keep a Spider Pigs player? Is that why? Did they keep a Spider Pigs player? We need to look for RDO level up. They did. So that's the thing, right? Because they kept Dinos, they kept DNZ, and they kept LeBron, they kind of pulled the same thing as bait. So funny enough, you know, RDO, I learned it from you, Dandy, and he ended up getting into lower division season 2 kind of for free. So he's going to be, not for free, of course, because they rules lawyered their way back in, because Spider Pigs, they disbanded officially, right? So they're not going to be playing together under the old roster, but they're going to be playing, again, using the bait method in Season 2. So actually, RDO is already in. I didn't realize they were using the Spider Pigs tag. But of course, they can do that because they're going to be keeping Dinos and LeBron. So look forward towards them in Season 2 for lower division European coverage, or for the league. And that's going to be a pretty good team as well. Definitely don't sleep on those guys. Oh, where's this? I don't know if this second lobby is going to show up or not. Let me see if I can find it in like Track Dota or something like that. Because it's going to be a bit difficult. What else is going on right now? Just looking at the roster website. Nothing else too exciting. Nothing too sexy, I would say. Vanscore, of course, moving teams as well, I think is kind of big. Yeah, he's, what team is he on now? Sani as well is moving. To be honest, though, Creepwave kind of coming apart was very surprising to me. What do we have here? Oh, these games don't show up on the front page, unfortunately, either. Ah, all right, there it is. It's gonna 2:27 p.m. What the hell? I'm sure that's like what time it is in Europe or something like that. I don't know. The times are all completely incorrect. All right, so there's the new lobby here. So luckily, we're gonna be good to go. I thought maybe it would have glitched out, but no, we're saved, everyone. As a reminder, of course, almost disbanded, currently leading 1-0. Best of threes with a double elimination bracket. So TORPEDA, even if they lose this one, they still have a chance. Oh, but I actually never really finished going on my previous tangent, which was the dual core greedy lineup, I think, is something you can get away with in kind of like your qualifiers, especially versus teams that are still kind of learning how to play together. Because I think it's something that, like, you can pretty easily play against like an ALK TA because you know what they're going to be doing, but it's hard to really mesh together as a team, right? Like I would say ALK is disproportionately strong in pubs because everyone knows, like once you reach a certain skill level, people know how to beat an ALK. Like, you know, you need to contest his stacks. Don't let him free farm, right? Just be there and annoy him and, you know, force enemy heroes to, you know, come defend him and then that's more space created for your core, and then your core can ideally fight the Alchemist, right? Like that's kind of like a rough game plan. Of course, not knowing anything about any of the heroes other than an Alchemist exists. And when you have an Alk TA, you know for the first like 15 minutes of the game, they want to do the same thing. And I would say that pro teams that have been playing together, they are going to crush this lineup in most instances, even with the draft that TORPEDA have. But it's just when you start playing with a new team, a lot of these things don't really click early on. And it's hard to really, it's hard before you get like that voice and that coordination, I would say, to really be able to properly play against it. Because, I mean, like, again, a full respect to Almost Disbanded. They played that lineup well, right? Like, if you're going to pick an ALK TA, that's how you have to play it. You've got to end fast. You got to end very quick. And they did it. You know, they're very skilled, but at some point, you know, it's you need a little bit more than just a lot of high skill players playing together with a strat. You need to get that sort of synergy between all your teammates and whatnot. Which, again, is so surprising to me why... or how Bates changed their roster so much. You know, I feel like we finally started to see Bates kind of mesh a bit better together. Of course, they were playing with Naive and Snow Sweet Snow number 2, which is where we actually saw them. They beat Windstrike 2-0, you know? And if you guys remembered, something like a month ago, for Bates' last-ditch effort, they played versus Windstrike in a really close game, a really close series. It was 1-2. And honestly... you know, maybe a few things go differently in that game number 3, and Bait still would be probably together in lower division without having to eat the Hustlers lineup, right? But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But they were looking a lot better. I know it's kind of a meme, oh, Dendi, you know, Dendi bad, but no, I think Dendi's still got some Dota in him, and he shows it. But that's what's surprising to me is that they always change up the roster without really letting it mesh. It's like Tequila, you know, which is funny because now IPG is called Team Tequila. You gotta let it age for a little bit, right? Not too long, because if it's not working, you're just wasting time and money in that barrel, right? But you know, a silver tequila is not aged at all. It's basically from the still. But you get yourself a nice añejo or reposado tequila, and that's pretty good. It can be pretty good. It kind of sucks because unfortunately that's going to be another 10 minutes that we have to wait for the lobby to catch up. Shouldn't be much longer now, though. Thanks for tuning in to the closed qualifier, of course, unofficial coverage. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your time as we get to see who are going to be the other two teams to join us for Season 2. As PuckChamp and Windstrike are going to be leaving us. Dude, PuckChamp, I have to say, I'm really looking forward to them playing in Upper Division. I think they're going to have a bit of difficulties for sure because I was wondering how Bake got to lower division. Classic Suns fanning. Yeah. That's what I mean though. That's the joke, right? Is RDO? He learned it from Dendi, and they use that to get into lower division for Europe now. So RDO is in Europe, lower division, of course. But PuckChamp going to upper division is going to be really fun to watch. I think they're going to have a bit of difficulties for sure because, like I was saying, for these like closed qualifier teams where like. There's a reason why you don't really see too many cheese picks in professional, right? Compared to like tier 2, because once a team has really meshed and once they play together for that long, they know what they need to do. They know what boxes they need to check to make sure that they can actually get these counters going. I don't think PuckChamp are really that cheesy though. Like I think Core IO, he's maybe cheese, but like a very mild cheese. We even see, I mean, you know, hell, if OG can win a fucking TI with Core IO, then I don't really think it's cheese, right? I think it's something you need to learn how to play against. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see any other regions kind of Suns fan their way into different regions. By the way, when I started casting, everyone said I sounded like Suns fan. Disagree on that one. I disagree. I don't really think we sound alike. But then I started showing up on camera, and everyone's like, oh, now you look like a porn star. Which one is it, huh? Which one is it? Make up your mind, Twitch chat. Make up your mind. Anyway, let me see. While I wait for this one to load in. Sunsport. That's what I'm saying. I don't sound like Sunsport. This was back when I started casting, though, like a couple of years ago. Which I get. Definitely both. Y'all are trolling. Let me pull up here. Let me get like a browser tab so I can show you what I'm looking at here. It's not going to look very pretty, of course, because it's a bit on the fly. But oh no, I need a window capture for this. Can I just capture my desktop? Nah, that's a bit dangerous. Because this one, unfortunately, we're still kind of stuck with this delay going. There it is. All right, we'll take a look here at some of the major and minors on the registration website. Because why not? We'll have a quick gander at this. Let me just filter this out. There we go. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit perfectly. That's good enough. Gotta add the mic and have to add this. And we'll wipe it over to this. Again, we're still waiting. I'll transition as over to the draft as soon as that one is live. But this is always like I always check this website, probably a little bit too much. But you can see, because officially, like especially for these qualifiers, you need to play under the correct team tag. So that's why like everyone leaves bait at the same time. They all join the Hustlers. Well, not all of them, unfortunately, but Dendi joins the Hustlers, right? Because that's the team that owns the slot to go into lower division for Season 2. I could hear its similarity. A little less memeier than Suns Fan. I like Suns Fan though. I really like Suns Fan. I think he's great on panel as well. I think he's great. And the podcast is always very entertaining to listen to. But you can always see like what's going on here. So of course TNC now they've got to properly update their roster before they go to the major. Yeah, but this is these are the qualifiers, of course. So Cascade losing game 1, Torpeda also losing game 1. We'll see if they can make a comeback. Again, I think that's just going to stem from the draft, as we're still waiting for game 2 to get started. Suns Fan Sind is an amazing combo. I agree. Suns Fan and Jenkins is an amazing combo as well. If you guys have not gone and if you didn't watch NA Upper Division coverage, I would highly recommend you make an effort to catch some of the good games as well for Season 2. EG Quincy Crew is a banger of a series. I might even recommend watching the replay from that one if you guys haven't. Of course, given that EG going to the major along with Quincy. So that'll be super exciting. Let me just show players here. Yeah, but this will be... this game is the one we're covering next, by the way. It should be really good. Namiga, they fell short last time of qualifying to lower division. Jenkins is such a lad. You have full... what's up, Master Yoda? You've got full confidence that he's going to make it through. Misha's a boss of captain, exactly what this new squad needs. Yeah, I think they've got a chance. Sani on the safe lane is going to be... And Laurel mid lane is like... I think these guys are a little bit... Not so much Sani, of course, because he's been on a couple of teams already, right? Hellraisers. Unique even, right? In Gambit. Well, before they turn into Gambit 2. But I would say Laurel is going to be maybe the biggest sort of... Like, if I were playing against VPP, I would go, okay, I'm going to try and hit these guys. I'm going to... Like, that's the weak point. I'm going to look to dominate. I'm not an expert in this whole tournament thing, but why isn't there any division? So these are just the qualifiers. So these are the qualifiers for lower division. And this is going to be determining who joins the rest of the teams for season number 2. If you're curious on what season 2 is going to look like, it's going to look like... I think IPG, they're still sticking around, of course, with Koval instead of Antoha. So they're going to go by Team Tequila in this next season. But they're going to be joined by, well, who dropped out again, right? It was VPP and Bait. So Bait is back in. Bait under a new org is back in. They're taking the place of the Hustlers. So the Hustlers are technically sticking around, but not really. Not really. Oh, it's me, Seek, by the way, talking. Avo's a little bit more, he's a little bit more neurotic, I would say, is the way to differentiate between us two. And don't worry, he'll not be mad that I said that about him. This Gambit 2 roster, I don't believe is... Actually, it should be sticking around, but they need to replace Sani now. So I wonder who you do that with. I wonder who you replace Sani with on this Gambit 2 roster, because I believe they're going to be sticking around. Probably under a different name, of course. Hellraisers, of course, sticking around. VPP, they will probably be back. I think they're a real contender. Team Tequila, PuckChamp is leaving, Bait is back. So I think we have an extra... Do we have an extra slot? Because what, we have 6 teams. Oh, well, of course, who's joining us, right? Who's joining us? That's the question. No techies in Team Empire. I wonder if these teams are sticking together, though. I would expect Team Empire to stick together for sure. I think they can definitely make a play here. Isn't Aina on another squad? Is he? I didn't catch that. He might be on another squad already. Let me check his Dota buff. We're still waiting, by the way, for the match to load in, guys. Don't worry. I'm not... I wouldn't talk over the draft. Obviously, you guys are here for the Dota. Are they Team Dota with Solo and Ramses? Let me check. Oh, let me look for Aina first. Who's he playing on? Have you played... Okay, so he's playing under this roster now. He's playing an Epic... I mean, this just might be an Epic League roster, though. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, there's no official English coverage for Epic League, so I've not really been tuning into that much anymore. That's a good idea. Take a look at Epic League for squads. That's a very good idea. In fact, it's probably just easier if I go to the Wikipedia for Epic League Season 2. This is Division 2. I mean, I'll take a look at Division 2, of course, because it's extremely relevant. Show players. Helper Smashers dropped out, right? Yeah, that was a shame. That was a real shame. I was really looking forward to them, to seeing how they would line up again versus PuckChamp. I think PuckChamp and Helper Smashers are, like, very close in skill, I would say. Actually, I'm going to make a bit of a hot take. I think Helper Smashers, if you, like, boil it down to, like, stats, and you showed me the stats, I would say that probably Helper Smashers is a higher skilled team, but PuckChamp are just, they're so young, and I think they're a little bit unpredictable that they can, like, break some ankles, if that makes sense. I'm speaking like a lot like a Zoomer, so I apologize if I'm not really coherent. That roster slaps, you know. Take a look at group stage. Okay. Are you going to cover the EU closed or just CIS? Right now, we're just planning on doing CIS. TGov, if you're hoping to watch the EU closed, TGov is going to be having a bunch of the British boys on, Nomad Mofara, and of course Cap joining them, who's not British, which is why I separated him. So you guys can catch that on his channel. I would recommend you watch that. That should be pretty fun to watch. Show players here. Dota team. Yeah, but Milan's on a different stack right now. Milan's on a stack in EU. So okay, I don't know. Let me just reconnect to this lobby. I don't know what's... Oh, okay, there you go. You just have to complain about it, and we're back. You just have to complain about it. I was about to say, this wait is getting ridiculous. It's like your Dota queues. You complain about the queue and it pops immediately. That roster do be like that. It do be like that, though. All right, here we go. This one is hopefully correct. I hope we didn't restart just to put the dot here for almost disbanded. To be honest, I don't remember who had first pick or last pick there. Yeah, Ghost Frogs. Thank you very much. Yeah, Ghost Frogs looks really fucking strong as well. Sorry, pardon my French. I'm going to try not to swear that much because, you know, why?
Team ban.
I'm not going to be that much of a Zoomer. Okay. Okay, so first pick is for Torpeda. So always watch out for this 8th pick, guys. Wow, right into the Alchemist. First pick, man. The thing is, I've seen Alchemist run position 5 because I mean it's so easy to counter pick Alch, right? I mean you just pick A and you're pretty good to go. T-Gov said Ghost Frogs are screaming a lot. They seem to be the only real tryhard team of the EU closed qualifiers. I'm gonna take another look at the EU closed qualifiers before I make a statement like that. I mean, I believe it. Again, they look really damn good. Again, Amar the friendly guy is still very much so a free agent. So I'm surprised that he's not shown up on any of these routes because he's good. I think you need to give Amar like a good captain because honestly, he farms too much, but he's very skilled. He's very skilled. If you can't beat them strat, I mean, who knows? Right now they are copying the build. The ES is good. He's a natural urn builder, can go into the vessel quite easily, and can snowball quite hard. Remaining. Strong pick versus the Coddle. Kind of, not really.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, let me see. Team Bald. Yeah, Team Bald is...
Team
That's the thing, like, is Gork... Like, if Gork qualifies, is he going to play? Is he going to play? Amar could be on Fishman's team who owns the slot of Creep Wave. Very true. Good point. Good point. But the thing is, like... I'm sure Amar would play because I think he definitely wants to be playing.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do that because Fishman, he's the captain, right? But they were playing with Toby instead in the off lane. So I think they just might take Toby instead of Amar, which as much as I love Amar, I think is probably the smarter move to make. I think I would probably take Toby over Amar right now, especially if you're not like really ready to captain and to really train Amar that much. Because I think that's just what happens when you're young. I think you just farm a lot.
10
like,
seconds remaining.
You know, Sumail. I am such a Sumail fan. To be honest, I'm really a fan of that entire TI5 EG roster. Okay, so what's going on here? By the way, just to comment on the draft right now, Torpeda, they can't really pick the AA. They can pick AA, but like it's going to nuke their roster or it's going to nuke their tempo. Like, AA Coddle is so bad. It's great versus Morphling. It's really damn good versus Morphling, but you don't have any catch in your support duo. You have only a crap ton of damage, which is fine, but you don't really need early damage versus a Morph. You need, like, late game damage versus a Morph, which you can build on as a carry anyway. Just to comment on the draft real quick. But yeah, because right now, Creepwave, when they were still together as mostly the same roster, minus Amar,
Radiant
they were
team
playing with Toby instead. And if I were like, again, all respect to Amar and going back to my EG fanboy roster, you know, I think the reason that roster succeeded so much was because that was in a time where you could legitimately carry in the mid lane. I mean, Sumail was like, he was the king, right? But now the carries get more of that treatment. I think, unfortunately, it's just
5
not a great
seconds
patch to be
remaining.
that. And I think that's why Sumail wants to play. I don't know if that's why he wants to play carry, because he's still definitely extremely highly skilled. So I don't think this is one of those instances where a mid laner starts playing different roles because they just don't, you know, stack up to a lot of the mids anymore. I think it's just more of the fact that he wants to be the carry, which is fine. I think he played that role really well during TI5, but you just need a very, it's hard to build a team
Dire
around that,
team
you know.
ban.
Especially if that's your only win condition, because that's kind of how Bait would play, right? The old Bait, which one, lol, right? Brazilian Baits with RDO. They would always play as RDO as the carry, and that was that. I think they were trying to do some like dual carry stuff, like at the
10
very end.
seconds remaining.
Especially like with Sexy Fat
5
playing offlane
seconds
Monkey King,
remaining.
but obviously that didn't really work out so well. All right, but let me look back at these EU close qualifier teams. He United. Yeah, I think Plan B Esports is also quite legit as well. I don't really recognize the supports. Are those Lithuanian players? Oh, Poggers, Lithuanian players. Lithuanian Dota represent. Nice. The Astronauts might be good. That's going to be the Finnish stack. Into the Breach as well is pretty strong. I don't recognize their offlaner, though.
Radiant team ban.
Can Torpeda still pick AA, or two squishy supports are unlikely? No, I think no. That's what I'm talking about. I don't really think they can pick AA. It's not really so much about being a squishy support, because I think Earth Spirit and DP are kind of the exceptions to, you know, supports being squishy. It's just that like it makes your lanes
10
really bad.
seconds
It makes your
remaining.
off lane especially really bad. Like, where do you put the AA is the question, right? Because I think
5
you have to put them
seconds
off lane. With Coddle Alk, because I think you want to run Coddle Alk. I think that combo is just too
Radiant
strong.
team pick.
So then you would have to throw AA into the off lane. Like you can see, like almost Disbanded, they're not banning it. They might even feel like picking it because AA actually works pretty nicely for them. It looks like right now, so this is what I'm seeing right now with this draft. Torpeda, they ban the Enigma because if you do want to pick an AA, you have
10
to have a
seconds
laner that is
remaining.
pretty self-sufficient. And there are not very many besides Beastmaster,
5
who is
seconds
banned.
remaining.
So maybe this is not so much of a great point anymore, but Enigma just completely takes a dump on Beastmaster because he just steals the summons. It makes the laning really awkward, and this is not like me saying this. This is me quoting from pros who have talked about like picking AA versus Morphlane, because AA himself, he's not that strong of a hero, unfortunately. Right now, I think he's a bit weak. I was listening to Fly's stream yesterday, and Fly loves AA. Apparently, it's his favorite hero to play, which I did not know. But he's like, yeah, the hero just feels really bad. I'll tell you what I'm surprised we're not seeing more of, though, legitimately, is support Gyrocopter. I think it's super legit, especially actually for Torpeda. I might be tempted to go for a position for Gyro. Morph seems weak this patch. I think Morph is he's in a bit of a weird spot where he got nerfed in 7.28b or I think it was 7.28b. And I think he had to, because Morph Shaker was just out of freaking control, right? Like, I think, who was it? Like, TNC or 496 or one of the teams, they came back from like a 34k net worth deficit, which is just like, that's ridiculous. China's playing 5 Gyro. That's what I saw, yeah. That's what I mean, though. I think like, if there's... I think Chinese Dota is great, first of all. And there's no point in saying it's not, right? You'd be kind of stupid to say that China's not good at Dota.
Team pick.
But I think something they really do well is they really develop metas in a very interesting way. And I don't know if that's just based on how they pub or what, but like I'm really fascinated with how they develop metas, because like you guys have to remember that like Battle Fury
10
Ursa
seconds
came from
remaining.
China. Like, that was a Chinese thing. It was in preparation for the
5
major. And this is what I'm
seconds
saying.
remaining.
It's perfect because I was casting open qualifiers with Danog for the Chinese region for ESL LA Chinese Open qualifiers,
Dire team
and that's what the
pick.
God King was building. And I was like, "Come on, dude, are you kidding me with this Battle Fury Ursa meme?" Of course, if I had only known it would end up being one of the most popular builds and probably one of the most popular heroes, I wouldn't have said something as stupid. But we'll see. All right, so the draft's coming together a little bit more. So let me focus on up and take a
10
look at what we
seconds
have.
remaining.
Lanham is playing
5
gyro. I
seconds
think
remaining.
FY is playing a lot of gyro too. Fly has been practicing it on his stream. I don't know if he's gonna pull it out. We'll see. Have I taken a look at Team Lilgun?
Dire team ban.
I have
Storm
not.
spirit.
Okay, Storm versus Morph is pretty nice to have. You always want to go for an Orchid builder.
Radiant
And
team
Torpeda. They
ban.
are gonna go for the AA. Okay, they are gonna be going for the AA. That's interesting. So the thing is they're going to be last picking their offlaner, which is definitely a very wise move, especially, and there's really no big danger to it because you probably
10
already know the
seconds
lane.
remaining.
They're going to go for the bounty hunter. The thing is, I think we could use someone
5
to contest
seconds
stacks again
remaining.
for almost disbanded. ES is okay, but he needs a +1, and it'll have to come from the mid lane, which is fine. Versus Storm. The Quap ban is pretty darn good. Yeah, we need someone that can kill with
Dire
ES
team
Bounty Hunter.
ban.
Because ES Bounty, that's a good kill squad,
Radiant
but we
team
don't have
ban.
anyone to steal stacks right now. And if you don't have anyone to steal stacks, Torpeda are going to stack like crazy, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Yeah, so that's why they banned the TA, who's also actually would have been a pretty damn good pick here. This is another tough one. Once again, the issue here with almost disbanded
10 seconds
is if you
remaining.
pick some. The thing is, you can't really flex between off lane and safe lane.
5
Besides the
seconds
alchemist, can
remaining.
you? Like, especially because you don't have last pick, so you can't really like pick. I don't know, like
Dire
a
team
Night Stalker
pick.
is someone who could maybe see flex between carry and off lane. But I don't think that's a very good pick. Bane, hell yeah. Bane, we got some Bane stands in the chat.
Ten seconds remaining.
But yeah, I don't know about this AA coddle.
5
It
seconds
seems really
remaining.
weak. You have no catch, which is why they have the Storm, and the Alk I think is gonna probably need to go for a blink this game, which shouldn't be a problem. So right now I think you can actually still get away with running this offlane Alk if you want. Storm Ags, in my opinion, is actually pretty fucking good. Sorry, I swore again. Can we have predict? Yeah. Actually, I can turn that on. Yeah, why not?
Radiant team pick.
Let me turn that on for you guys. Give me a second. Oh, sorry for the double audio. On ban request. Not right now. Not right now. Start prediction. Who will win game? What is this? Game 2. And we have almost disbanded.
10 seconds remaining.
Or... Oh, I apologize, by the way. It's
5
not Torpeda.
seconds
It's
remaining.
TORPEDA. I think I have dyslexia.
Ursa warrior.
Choose your hero.
All right. Predictions are going to be opening for only... We'll give you guys 2 minutes. There it is. Yes, I got it. Don't show me this again. It is going to be a position 1 alchemist. That's correct. This last pick, Ursa, though, is absolutely brutal. This is a hero that checks a lot of the boxes. He crushes Mars in lane. Check number 1. Although he doesn't really crush Mars so much. Who is his support? I think his support is Bane though, which is really difficult because again, there's nothing that AA does to Ursa. Ursa just doesn't care, right? You ice blast him, he enrages, he'll be fine, right? You try and hit him with cold feet, he enrages and he's fine. Like in fact, he dispels it. It's brutal. It's brutal here. Petrushara, his lane is not too bad though, because you can always just spear or God's Rebuke, and that usually is enough to create space. But with Antoha here, it is going to be a little bit more difficult for sure. This might be a 2-0, honestly. I hate to harp on it, but this Coddle AA is not really doing it for me, especially because of the support duo you have for Almost Disbanded. Mostly the Earth Spirit, right? Earth Spirit is great at countering these heroes, that you need to get like your all-important spell off, right? Like think about Oracle versus Earth Spirit, right? That sucks to play because Earth Spirit, he's just going to be diving you, and he doesn't even need any items, right? It's not like he needs a Blink Dagger, Abyssal Blade to really counter you. He just needs like level 1, and he's basically got it. That's why you usually see Blink Dagger on Oracles versus an ES or an Aeon Disc, but that's a very expensive item to be farming as a position 5. Both items especially, because they don't really, they have really crappy build-ups for a position 5, right? They don't really give you any stats. They don't really give you anything, Blink Dagger especially. So we'll see as we get underway with game 1. Because again, this ES can deal with the AA very easily. He's gonna die for it, but if it keeps your Morphling alive, there's not really much of an issue here. It's not really much of an issue whatsoever. That's what I would say for game number 1. What's our prediction looking like? Unfortunately, I closed it out. 97-3. You guys are going for almost disbanded as well. I see. Well, hopefully you guys aren't gonna lose out on too many channel points here. That's where we're going to get underway. I like this, though. Petushara starting off with the Orb of Venom, because that's, of course, going to apply on the God's Rebuke, which is going to slow our Fuzzy Wuzzy down even more. Again, very, very necessary this game. That's really where the kill threat comes from. And he has not started off with an Orb of Venom or anything of his own. Not that he really needs to, of course, but sometimes you'll see Ursus do it. I don't think he should this game. He just needs to make sure he can try and match somewhat the tempo of this Alchemist. I still think you go Battle Fury first item. Do you? I feel like that's a bit greedy, because then if you have Morphling... I don't know. It depends, because you have Bounty Hunter here to create gold for you. So if you can go for an early fighting item, maybe you can actually just run them over, right? Such because, I mean, these supports, they just die. They die to Bounty Hunter Earth Spirit. They're food. It might be really good here with the track bonus gold. That's going to be, I think, the biggest thing. It's not quite make or break, but, like, I could very easily see this one snowballing here. Let me put up the team names real quick. Give me a second. Oh, there's a Windows update. Now when you shift tab, it highlights the monitor you're going into. Kind of throws me off. Almost disbanded. Are going to be on the Radiant side, so I have to change this. Really? And perfect timing, because we're now getting underway. Welcome back. Game number 2. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the coverage here. You go Morbid, Basher, Blink, and run around. I kind of like... I don't know. Morbid Mask is really risky, is the thing, right? Especially, like, kind of versus an AA. I mean, Morbid Mask is really hit or miss on Ursa, because if you don't have... If you're not already enraged, like, you're screwed, because there's nothing that can dispel Morbid Mask off of yourself, right? Once you activate that, you're silenced for... I don't know. I'm not a carry player, so I shamelessly need to look up how long Morbid Mask silences you for. Or, oh, of course, you're not saying Mask of Madness. Yeah, Morbid Mask for sure. I was thinking Mask, actually. I was thinking Mask myself. Yeah, 6 seconds. I mean, I don't think you can get away with that. Morbid Mask isn't Mask of Madness? Yeah, I know. It is in the build-up, though. And Mask of Madness does seem kind of nice just for the bonus attack speed versus the Alchemist. But you have Empower for that, or you have Overpower for that. I don't know. I like the idea of it, especially if you can like get kills early and roam together with your bounty. You create lots of space that way for your Morphling, who might be able to go for like an E-Blade rush this game. And that's the thing, like with picking the AA here, is it's 2 great targets for Morphling to just get his shotgun and start blasting. Like AA dies, Coddle dies in 1 hit to this, pretty much no matter what stage of the game. Probably even without the follow-up waveform, to be honest. They're just dead. As we will be contesting runes up here. Nice steal there on Toha, actually. I think he got the... Oh, he just stole it. He didn't even have to Nightmare or anything. 3 runes. Nice and early lead. Yeah, exactly. He's just going to start blasting as soon as he gets it. Like, these supports die. You have a great way to jump this Morphling, though. Like, let's be completely honest. The pickoff potential right now for Team TORPEDA is insane. Also, let me fix their title. Oh shit, Zai, thanks for the raid. Oh, that was 17 days ago. I was reading the mod actions. I didn't know Zai raided us, dude. Poggers. Nice. Anyway, my bad. Nose eye raid. What was I looking for, though? That's what I get for having the mod dashboard open. I get really confused. I'm not a good streamer. That's why I don't really stream too much. I'm more of a caster. Jibaited. Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. You know, watch your toes. Seek and Strike, he's out here dropping names. Names are dropping. Okay, but let's take a look. Storm versus Morph. The thing is, like I was saying, is you have great pickoff potential. Like, it's pretty unbelievable. I would say you definitely go for a Yule Scepter this game for Mars, in my opinion, because it's got so much value. 2.5-second effective disarm versus Ursa Warrior when he's enraged. No way to reduce that. The Yule Scepter set up to try and catch Morphling into the spear, which you should be able to time perfectly. The thing is, like, in that 2.5-second duration, you are buying time for the rest of Team Almost Disbanded to help out the Morphling. And obviously, this is, like, one of the best games for a Lotus Orb I've ever seen. Yeah, it's like, such a good Lotus game. But the thing is, like, it's really hard for... It's going to be really hard for Soul Eater, because he wants... Vessel to be able to kill, right? You want Vessel to kill Alchemist reliably and force him to go for a BKB, a 4K gold item, who, by the way, is queuing up the Radiance. I think this is a little bit greedy. You do have a Coddle to refresh your mana, though, so I think maybe you can get away with it, but for the most part, the reason why you see Alchemist stray away or shy away from the Radiance build is because they really nerfed his mana gain and stuff like that, right? And Battle Fury is great for your mana. So, but so is Coddle. But he's not yet taken a point in the Chakra Magic yet, so we'll see how that develops, right? But it's such a great game for Spirit Vessel, and it's such a great game for a Lotus Orb, right? But those are two very expensive items, so I don't know if we're going to be reasonably able to farm both of them, you know? And honestly, if you can get both of them, I think you just win. I think if your ES has that much farm to get a reasonably timed Lotus and a Vessel, because, like, you'll get Vessel, like, if it's a good game, you'll get Vessel, like, 16, 17 minutes with Brown Boots, right? If it's a crazy game, you'll get it earlier, but usually then you're not too concerned about if you're going to win or lose. You're going to win if you get Vessel at, like, 13 minutes. But it doesn't really seem to be kind of that pace of a game. Are we dying mid? No. I mean, it's a good Vessel game, but also it's a good Bane game, to be honest, because a Nightmare onto any of your cores is fantastic, especially because you're going to continue shifting into Agi, all right? So you're not really concerned about that whatsoever. This could be first blood onto Antoha, or maybe So Bad will go down first. Nope, it'll be Antoha. Munkushi is not going to be able to close the gap here onto the AA. 285 move speed versus the 310, but he would have been way too out of position there. Bounty Hunter offlane. Oh, okay, so this makes it a bit easier because Bounty Hunters would be going for the Vessel this game, most likely. So this does free up a lot of space for Soul Eater. I like it, actually. I wouldn't also mind to see a Drums on our core bounty. I think Drums is a really good item these days, especially for earlier on. I used to think Slark is the shiftiest character, but now I think Morph is shifty. I'd agree. It's a very good joke. That's a very good Dota 2 dad joke. So Bad should die here. As down he goes, and Petushara unfortunately cannot help any more than really what he was doing there. This Morph is having a good time, though. Malorine is, he's pretty YOLO on his Storm Spirit, so we'll see how they can play him this game. Can they get this kill in the Happy DUR? Rolling Boulder is going to connect. Didn't juke it, and they had the vision on him, and that means he will go down. That's a very, very good start then right now for Almost Disbanded. Very, very good start. PO, though, is able to snag both bounties in the meantime, so it's kind of a wash. The thing is, gold is temporary, but earn charges are forever, is the way I like to say it. So, like, you have to bear that in mind. You did give the 2 earn charges in exchange for the however much bonus gold you get there from the Grieval's Greed, which is a fair bit, right? Instead of 100 gold, he gets 200, so that gets him a little bit closer, especially if you're going to be going for something like the Radiance. You're definitely going to be looking for that burst gold.
I don't think so.
contesting the bottom rune. Malorine is going to find it, though. Haste rune. I don't think he can kill XN, but they're not going to kill him either, which is kind of bad because you did rotate both supports over to try and get something out of this. Frazier, though, he's not having too bad of a time versus the Alchemist. And Munkushi, his CS is suffering. He's 22-3, so that's not really what you want. And it looks like he's probably going to be going into the Battle Fury. Ring of Health is just good regardless. In fact, maybe you consider going for something like a little bit of a... No, you can't really go for Hooded Defiance early because it kills your momentum. You just don't farm after it. We need a farming item for sure on Ursa. It could just be the Morbid Mask. I think that's fine. I think ES, you probably go... You go for some Arcane Boots and then disassemble them later for your Lotus Orb. Great Lotus game again. So many things to dispel. Oh, okay. There's this. If you're not getting kills, here's Frazier ganking. That's a track kill already here. Petushara should also fall, as Frazier's going to steal that one. Or he'll take it. We're going to go for the Hooded Defiance here on the bounty. So he's going for Pipe early on. I like it. And this is going to free up a little bit more space and time for Ursa Warrior, who's now going to finally get level 6. Very, very good gank. Very good gank. I mean, a kill onto the Alchemist is still really, really difficult right now. I mean, he's just chilling full HP anyway, 1200 HP. Can't really kill him this early on. Morph got the best neutral item in the game, though. Well, the best tier 1 neutral item in the game, Possessed Mask. It's fantastic, especially for a Morphling. Bottom. Oh, they're just gonna keep. They're gonna keep Frazier here. Why not? This is probably, yeah, I was going to say, this is going to force the Coddle to rotate over, but let's take a look at his stacks here. Does he get a triple stack? Hell yeah, he does. I think he's got this one. Spawn boxes. Beautiful. Really, really good job there. Coddle's definitely one of the better heroes to stack on as well. You're fast, you're ranged with a decent projectile speed, and you can stack another camp as we saw there with your Illuminate Blast. Unfortunately, you're not a very tanky hero, but it is going to allow... it's going to give Pio a couple more seconds to continue farming. And these seconds matter, especially when you're going for the Radiance, right? So he gets an extra 3-4 CS from that kill, which is like, it sucks to play support and die for an extra 3-4 CS, but like that's the way it goes when you play professional Dota. As there's the D-Ward, Malorine doing a good job here. So Bad is going to die, though. This is another track kill. Or will they even get it, actually? Ooh, they're just shy. No, they've got the kill, at least. Happy to Yara as well. But Soul Eater, he's going to scout another stack here. 2 kills for Malorine. Is going to get him closer now to this Orchid, though. So you do contest the stacks here of the Alchemist, but not for very long. You can see he's already back to business. He's doing a stack in the farm factory. Of course, he can't stack himself. He needs a support to do it for him. Bot lane, Petushar throws down the arena as he's going to pin Antar. Rotation coming through courtesy of Malorine. Might even be able to get the +1. There's a rotation coming, though. It's the ES, and Rage is going to be used. They turn and get the kill onto Petushar. Careful, though. Mukushi's got to run. He's got this, the sticky feet, or the chilly feet applied. What's it called again? Cold feet. Chilly feet. Chilly feet and chilly fingers. Same thing. But they will kill Malorine, and that's real bad because, of course, again, it's another kill onto Frazier. He's kind of popping out already. 3, 1, and 2 is not like, it's nothing crazy. You know, you're not going to like put this replay on YouTube, but just the amount of space he's creating. I mean, there's another track kill. I think all of his kills but one have been track kills, which is just phenomenal. Oh, net worth? Yeah, you know what? Well, fine. We'll put net worth up. The laning stage has broken down. This isn't a kill, I think? Yeah, unfortunately it's not. Bottom, though, we should have something. Another track kill, man. Another track kill. He's going to have a Shuriken toss in a second. Doesn't need it, though. Killing spree, 5, 1, and 2. And it is no surprise to see the Bounty Hunter's gold this close, actually, to the Alchemist. We nearly have the Relic, though, so the farm is going to start to get pretty insane here very quickly. What are we building on Morph? Probably E-Blade first, I would say. It's a great Lincoln's game, though. I'll tell you what, it's a great Lincoln's game. But I think BKB is better because they break Lincoln's a bit too easy with AA. And if you can break it with AA Cold Feet. The thing is, like, normally I would say you break Lincoln's very easily, but you also, like, you can't really show as AA. to the Morphling anyway, because then Morphling will just eat you. He'll kill you. You know, it's funny because water will melt ice. So
Dire's structures are fortified.
yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I think
Dire's top
probably
tower is under attack.
this is probably what they were meant to do, because you're absolutely right. Sheepy owl. This is a free bounty game, right? I mean, it feels so great. The
Radiant's
supports
bottom
can't
tower
lock you
is
down.
under attack.
They're both fast, but it's not really
Dire's top
fast enough when you have a
tower
Morphling
has fallen.
Earthshake or Earth Spirit on your team to chase them down. Like, it's a damn good draft here from Almost Disbanded. It feels like that's why they don't ban the AA, and we've yet to see the AA's impact, unfortunately.
Radiant's
Malrin,
bottom
though, again,
tower
he's still
is
a bit of the
under
wild
attack.
card here, as they do at least have the Sentry Ward down to scout Frazier, so they're not going to be able to get too many kills here. They are rotating Morphling over with the DD rune. There's going to be the sleep onto one. Malrin, he's not going to be able to do too much. Ice Blast is going to connect, though. That puts him in a bit of a precarious situation, so he's going to have to get the hell out of dodge. But Malrin, he doesn't have enough mana here for the dive, so they can't follow up on this one, unfortunately. During the meantime, Fuzzy Wuzzy is just
Radiant's
continuing to
middle
farm.
tower
He is going to
is
just be
under
looking to outscale here.
Dire's
So he's going to be
top
going
tower
for
is
the
under
Battle
attack.
Fury. So there's a bottle rune from
structures are
Malrin. That's going to be him off and away then. Yeah, it's a great bounty game. Happy Year, I might just be dead here, by the way. He is dead. He's not even level 6. He's not even level 6. Solar Bind is good. That might save him, but Soul Eater, they want to continue stacking up the kills here, and they're going to have it. Beautiful kill there. Ice Blast, round 2. It will hit XN. He could... it's Ice Blast level 1. They need to get him below 250 HP, and I don't think they're going to get that done. Unfortunately, Mallory, they even had the Observer Ward there. They're going to miss it. And XM looking to turn. He's going to put him down to the low ground, though. Mallory is going to jump right back up, however. Here's Fuzzy Wuzzy waiting for him. They are still fighting underneath that tier 2 tower, but this is a more important kill because that's just Soul Eater looking for a dive. Mallory, they kind of save him there, but no, it's okay. They have the kill. In the meantime, Frazier, they're going to end a killing streak here if they actually get him, but they can't. They have no catch. They used Arena there to kill the ES, and then they have nothing. With Storm dead, they have some serious catch problems. This is a great start here for Almost Disbanded. Let me take a look here. There's some items. We've got the one Oblivion staff, but we don't still have enough. We do have the recipe, though. We've got the recipe in his inventory already. So we just need another 700 gold. Oh, what's up, new official? I didn't know he was the admin for this one. Shout out to new official. Fantastic admin here for ESL. And Dream League. Great admin. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Especially because he goes for Hooded Defiance first, right? So even though you have a good amount of magic damage to burst him down, not really. Not so much with the Hooded Defiance. Great build here, and now he's got the full vessel, so guess what? Alchemist is next. 13 minutes in. Like I said, my 15, 17-minute timer was more for position 4. On an offlaner, especially when you go for its second item, this is still some pretty insane timing. What's his GPM right now? I mean, his GPM is only 50 lower than Alchemist, right? Like, he is so fat right now. It's incredible. And of course, Elk, he's farmed, but with Radiance alone, he's not really ready to fight. They can look to try and convert this into kills as soon as we have Mallorin's, as soon as we have his Orchid. But until that happens, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. And now Ursa's got Battle Fury, right? Like, it gets worse, doesn't it? Because pretty soon Ursa's gonna be able to, and he's got a stack of mages. I mean, this is starting to look actually really, really, really bad for our Torpedo lineup. Wait, it is Torpedo, right? I've got it right this time. TORPEDA. Okay, let me fix that right now on the overlay. My apologies, guys.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alrighty, and we're going for Roche. I mean, we did just waste Ice Blast, and they didn't hit anything. Smoke's gonna break. Frazier, though, Antoha's still alive. Gives himself the Nightmare, staying alive a bit longer, but Happy Dewey are still gonna have the kill eventually. Looks like the Illuminate got him. It's a little bit of a bold move to go for Roche. We don't have Arena, however, but now we have it. So now it's a little bit of a spicy move, especially if we can fight with Ice Blast. Morphling is gonna go for S and Y, so he just wants to be able to fight. And I don't think Munkushi can afford to take this Roche on. It's too spicy. He doesn't have a Morbid Mass, no lifesteal, so there's no way you can do it. Oh. And there's another track kill. That's the Vessel reveal. In comes an Ice Blast. It will connect on a Morphling. He's taking a lot of damage here as well because of that Radiance, but he's already max strength, and guess what? You're not killing him here. Down goes the ES at the very least, as they're not going to be able to chase for any further. As here goes the balanced Morphling. Pretty much back to full HP here in just a second. If you don't like your current HP on Morphling, just wait 5 seconds. And that's the thing, is you're great at pickoffs if you can get the jump. If Morphling's ready to go into the fights, I mean, he's not dumb. He's not going to run in full agi versus this pickoff lineup, right? He knows that he could die very easily. And I think that's why he's going for S and Y. So even when he's mainly full strength, he can still actually do some damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower.
Bottom tower is taken. Mid tower is taken. Guess what? This is going to open up the enemy triangle. You guys just fought underneath a ward. This is going to be dewarded very soon. But for now, you're going to be limiting the farm of the Alchemist. Of course, Alka hero that likes to farm, he depends on being able to farm. And when you remove the most efficient part of the map for him to farm in, he's not going to be very happy with this one. Almost disbanded. They're going to go further now. This still could be a kill. Ice Blast to chase. XN, he's going to be comped by this one and did not get off the strength gain. So he's in a bit of a tough spot now, having already waveformed. But luckily, they're not going to actually go for him. They want Munkushi first. They're going to push him back now with Blinding Light. PO jumping right on in. They have another Vessel charge for him. However, they might just kill him here through the Chemical and Rage. Jumping right back on is going to be Soul Eater. Gets a big magnetize as there's XN. He's back. He's managed to let the debuff here of the Ice Blast go through. Fiend's Grip as well to secure the kill onto the Storm Spirit. You did at least get the kill on the Fuzzy Wuzzy. Hold that thought, we're still fighting. Petushara, he's not going to be able to live here either. Nice pushback, he might live there off of that one. And it looks like Sobat is going to be the next to fall. Chili Fingers at least will claim the life of the Earth Spirit, but it's a 4 for 3 trade. Make that a 4 for 5, a 3 for 5, sorry. As they will eventually get Petushara here. They run him down. And these early fights, man, not really why you pick an Alchemist. 11k net worth advantage here for almost disbanded because everyone on their team is so rich because of this bounty hunter. I mean, MVP bounty hunter for sure this game. Don't get me wrong, everyone here is playing a fantastic game, but bounty hunter especially. I don't even know how many track kills that was. And there's Orchid, but it ain't doing much here versus the Morphling. This could be a 2-0, guys.
There it goes.
3 for 6. There was a dieback. There was a dieback on the Dyer as well. There was a dieback. That's why they tipped Petushara. Thank you for that one.
Are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And now they can... Well, we have ultis again. We have ultis, but I don't really know if they want to fight him is the thing. Frazier, though, is a fantastic kill if they can get him, because yet again, there's the Hooded Defiance keeping him alive now. They're going to get him this time. Too much damage, bit off more than he could chew. His Downing will go. That's going to be a lot of gold, 500 into the pocket of Mallory, but Fuzzy Wuzzy is coming. Actually, he's not, because with both of his initiators dead, they will lack the catch here. So they can't go for more. Well, that's fine. Space created there with that death. That's going to be the second death here on our Bounty Hunter. So a bit of a kill streak fed on over to the Storm. A little bit of a spicy move, but again, I don't really think that's going to be too impactful here. But another death here, and now we're talking. That's how you get the ball rolling. So the Bounty's going to have to be a bit careful with his positioning because he does need to be kind of nearby to be able to apply track, and most importantly at this stage now, the Spirit Vessel. Because Morphling with S and Y, Ursa with S and Y as well, on top of an Aegis and Battle Fury. They're both pretty ready to fight here. Radiance is annoying, but again, it's not too bad when you have a Vessel and a lot of magic damage to actually burst through the Alchemist. So he's not safe, and he's actually going to be going for the Eye of Scotty. No, Manta Style, which is great. He needs that Dispel. Yeah, that's going to be a big turning point here, potentially. So almost disbanded. They're going to do everything they can here to slow that one down, and that'll include smoking into the jungle where they do see the Alchemist farming.
Radiant's bottom tower
I think they know what's up, though. All lanes are pushed in right now pretty far. No one's pushing top. Tier 1 bottom is taking damage. we'll even, you know, highlight this. Of course, he doesn't see these arrows because they're smoked, as they're going to make the play for him now. But really nice map awareness there by the Alchemist. And now it's a little bit too spicy to dive at tier 2, especially when you have Petushara. The team rotating on through. They want to try and get this Aegis off from Munkushi. There's the jump onto the Morphling. He's still alive, though, and did get off the full strength game, but a lot of damage being applied. He's going to go down here. No, he waveforms away, and there's actually going to be the Fiend's Grip. Nothing to cancel it here onto this Alchemist either. He's going to tick down. Down he goes. Munkushi even gets the kill. Morphling's going to be back in this fight pretty much full HP in just a second, as that's going to be so bad, probably going to be nuked down. Doesn't have any mana, however. In the meantime, though, Storm Spirit getting controlled completely out of mana. There goes so bad. Munkushi with 2 kills, and there's going to be another rain of tips here onto Happy Diurara, as it looks like with this team fight, the game may just be unrecoverable.
Gold and
That was a good start, but it was a great Fiend's Grip. You were very short on knockdown here. Neither of these supports can offer a stun or any meaningful way to stop the Fiend's Grip. So not only is it a great bounty hunter game, but it's also a very rare game where it's a great Bane game here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nice job. That's massive. Again, a pretty decent jump, but as soon as Alchemist gets controlled, it's etakege. But he does now have the Manta style. Of course, you cannot Manta off that Fiend's Grip. We need some way... We need a Lotus. We need a Lotus real bad. Glimmer's not going to cut it here. And neither is Blink for our AA. But again, you can see he's playing this like he is going to be like an Oracle, because his positioning is super important in this game. He's the only way they win these fights, quite frankly. Like, that's the thing, is with this support duo, your team fight win condition is it's very complex. Whereas for Almost Disbanded is don't get hit by Ice Blast, and you have many ways of making that one happen. Battle Fury SNY meta on Alk. Generally yes it is. Into just stats, and there they go. They found him immediately. He was even hiding in a good position, but they will find him. Now this team fight immediately. You've got to try and get out of this one with maybe a single kill. They're going to try for the Bane, but Antoha is just way too damn tanky. In the meantime, Pio is getting just chunked. Does at least have the Manta to get rid of that. They're going to buy back on the AA. Ice Blast incoming. That it is going to connect onto 2 heroes. And you will finally at least pick up the Bane, but that cost literally all of the mana that Storm Spirit had, so he's going to have to come back into this fight after he TP's home. It's a pretty good one, actually, as he will not get anyone else, though. Now you dropped Happy Diurara. PO65 has gone down. And Soul Eater, he's not done. He's going to go for the kill onto his brother. He's got him, and this is going to turn into another team wipe. That's Frazier. Has the gap closed. Munkushi as well is there for the extra cherry on top with this Blink Dagger as well. And that's another team wipe, ladies and gentlemen. 2 diebacks. So Storm didn't even TP back in. He died back. So a 2 for 7. And I think Mr. ST Law official he's got the right idea. I think this is kind of the GG. And from here, the game is a bit unrecoverable. Storm is just, he's too poor. Yeah, track is, again, it's a great bounty hunter game. This is a brilliant draft. I got to be completely honest. This is a brilliant draft from Almost Disbanded. Like, they completely broke their ankles in this draft.
Dire's top tower is under
ESL 1 CIS main event canceled. There is no main event. I mean, the main event is going to be Season 2, right? Because the leagues, they don't have individual events. The league is the event. The major is going to be the big event of the DPC season, if you can think of it that way, right? So there's no issues. So no, nothing's canceled yet here. Don't get confused about it. Now we got a BKB, by the way, for Frazier, and I think they're just going to kill PO. He's completely alone. Yeah, here they go. They're just going to try and force out the Manta style here. As they're going to have to try and pin Soul Eater. I mean, they're just going to kill him. He's going to Manta. But Frazier, he actually ended up using the Vessel on Petushara, so they might be able to escape. Fuzzy Wuzzy's still alive. Malloran is out of mana and cannot escape. Oh, nice job there, though. Unfortunately, now Xan, he's got the E-Blade, easily able to nuke him down so bad he's going to be left behind. He did get at least the Ice Blast here. They could turn this into a kill onto Xan, and they will. Nice turn there. So he didn't get hit with the Ice Blast, but he got hit with the projectile, which still applies the debuff. You're hoping for a semi-big event in between the major and Season 2? Yeah, there's stuff in the works. There's stuff in the works. It seems like if you guys follow We Play on Twitter, it seems like they're about to announce something. I think this week actually. So the thing is, it's really hard to plan things in advance because you just don't know. And yeah, not to get too inside baseball out of it, but you don't know the dates, right? Yo, careful here. Still has this Manta Style though, so Frazier can't realistically make the jump onto him, but he is getting kited out quite far, as they're going to use Enrage. Maybe they're just expecting the Storm to jump in immediately after. But Frazier now is in a really bad spot. He might have to BKB. Yeah, okay. So he'll pop the BKB, and we still have the Manta Style here, so it's not too big of a concern. Nice jump by Melra, and he's going to jump the reinforcements, but unfortunately, Soul Eater was there, and he's going to get killed. Very bold move to make there, as they didn't have vision either. There's going to be Fiend's Grip yet again, and guess what? Nothing to stop it but damage. The damage will eventually come on through, but after the Alchemist has dropped, and, well, you're very happy with that. BKB now for Ursa Warrior. You can blink in another second, and, well, so bad. I think your time on this earth is limited. They're going to go for Happy Diurara instead, as they try and push him back, but he's going to dispel everything. Great jump by Soul Eater, as he's going to kick Happy Diurara back into the Zenyatta crit for Frazier, and now we've got a 25k net worth lead here against the Alchemist. When is Season 2 starting? It is going to be starting, it should be, I believe, April 13th? Or April 12th or 13th. It's going to be starting that week. Second week of April is the way to think about it. Second week of April.
Nothing personal. What have we here? Bounty.
Yeah, this one is, this one's real bad. I mean, Malrin, he's doing his best, but against a bounty hunter, how do you play the space creation role? Like, what do you, how? What do you do? It's such a great draft here from Almost Disbanded, honestly. Such a great draft. Game 1 even, they had a really good draft with that TA pick. I mean, Alk needs BKB. I mean, the thing is, if he gets BKB, he still dies to Ursa. That's why, like, it sucks. It's such a good Ursa pick. Everyone just dies to Ursa this game. Has he shown? He's not shown yet. I mean, they... Oh, nice job. He toggled off Radiance. If he has Radiance toggled on there, they dive him and they kill him 100%. So that's a very wise move to make. I mean, credit where credit is due. TORPEDA, they are really... they're trying their best here. I mean, like, quite, you know, they're doing all the right things that they need to be doing to try and delay this game. Unfortunately, I don't think this game looks any easier if you delay it, because you have an Alchemist as your carry. You know, if it's Alchemist mid and you have, like, a PA farming, sure, but unfortunately, that's not the case here. Throw shot number 2 is up. GD Rune here on Ursa Warrior, as if you needed any more damage. Down he goes. Aegis to XN, however, as Munkushi is going to snag that cheese. He's got a Basher now on Fuzzy Wuzzy, saving up money for the Abyssal, which he's now queued up. Frazier's going hunting. And this is always the move to make, guys. If you're ever playing on Dire and Radiant take Aegis, or they take Roche, get the hell out of your triangle. This is like the most obvious move in the world to make. Usually you'll sweep the map like this, because it's obviously most convenient, but they don't need to make this move because they've got a ward here, right? So they know that no one's in the jungle. So it's not really worth hunting in the jungle. So they're going to go bottom as well. Of course, because they need this tier 2 tower, right? So always be, you know, making smart map movements. And again, credit to TORPEDA. They read this correctly. They know exactly what they're going to be looking for. They've got a ward down in between, which is going to be dewarded now. But at this stage, you know, you can make all the right moves, but when you're 30k behind, I mean, it feels so bad. Your Alchemist, his farm has been eclipsed by Ursa, you know. You tell me 3 years ago that an Ursa has eclipsed Alchemist in farm, literally has eclipsed him in farm, and I wouldn't believe you. I'd say you're trolling me. You're trolling me. with Battle Fury? Come on, get out of here. Wouldn't have believed you. And here's the setup. And that is a very dead Mars. He's got buyback, and they're going to have to just go for it now, but Munkushi's already taken down AA. How do you win this fight now? Genuinely, how do you win this fight? They can't. They can't go on in. They can't. Now you have to wait 40 seconds for AA to respond to have a hope at winning this fight. And XN, look at this. He's just like, yeah, I don't care. I'll run in. What are you going to do? Kill me? No, you're not. a little bit preemptive on the BKB there. Petushar is going to throw it out in the arena. Munkuchi's BKB is going to expire, but that's a dieback now on Mars. In trouble is going to be Pio, as yet again, here we go. Free Fiend's Grip, down he will go. XN still alive. Oh, wow, what a beautiful play there, actually, by Anto. He actually dodged the damage. I think he would have been fine anyway because of this pipe barrier, but he dodged the damage on the, what's it called? GG, on the Illuminate. Well played, man. I did not foresee this outcome, but two great games out from almost Disbanded. Really, really great stuff. That's our first series. Not really ending in quite a way that I expected. As it's etta gege, you know, holy moly. Unfortunately, you know, last game I was a little bit more forgiving to Mellerin because he had a pretty hard matchup. Ember versus T8, it's not the best one, right? Especially if you don't have a support that can like help you. And to some degree, I would say the Storm is in a very similar position. But unfortunately, the support duo here for TORPEDA, it did them no favors as well this game, right? Like, if you're playing from behind, what in the world is an Alchemist AA going to do for you, right? If you're ahead, sure, that's fine. But you can almost run any support duo if you're playing ahead. And from behind it, it's unfortunately, it's not the same. It ain't the same. Well, let me get that out of there. So many track kills? Yeah, that's a good point. Let me look at these track kills. Where I don't think there's an easy way to see track kills, unfortunately. Nice to see some new players. Oh, let me pay out on the who won, choose outcome, almost disbanded, complete. There you go. Yeah, that was a pretty big whoop in there, to be honest. Game one less so, to be honest. But this one was, whew. This one was rough. And again, the draft did them no favors. Unfortunately, Mellerin, you can tell, he knew what role he needed to play. He needs to just jump in, have everyone else kind of go and converge around him and hope to get a good Ice Blast into an arena, and then Al can just do damage. But, I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard with the support duo, and that's why. That's why I was really not in love with this AA pick from the get-go. I don't think you can see track kills, unfortunately. But, I mean, 11 kills on the other. Once again, I would say, to be honest, like 3/4 of these at the very least are either track kills or on the assist for sure. It was incredible. He only had one kill for sure that wasn't a track kill, simply because he wasn't level 6. Other than that, I'm sure it was just because track was on cooldown or something like that. Also, 51% damage reduced is unbelievable. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Like they also just like it felt like they did no damage in these team fights other than Ice Blast. But again, we've already been over that one. And that's that. That's game number 2. And that's the 2-0 W for almost disbanded. Well played. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I have to eat some food. I'm going to eat some pizza. And I think we'll be back here with obviously, we're going to be covering the second series as well. We're right now planning for V Gaming versus Nemiga. But I'm going to go ahead and just throw on this replay and mute my mic while we eat some pizza. Let me just find it real quick. And then Avo will be joining us again in a little bit, 40 minutes from now, for our second series. Oh, this one's just in the draft now. They're going to game 3. I might as well cover this one. And then, obviously, Mike muted for the first half. And then we'll not the first half. It's one slice of pizza. It's not gonna take me that long to eat it. But you know what I'm talking about. We'll be right back. But I'm gonna leave you with some entertainment here at the very least. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And commentary will resume in, I don't know, like 10 minutes or something like that. We'll see you then.
Weaver. Choose your hero. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, I'm already back. I didn't eat the pizza yet, but I'm going to have to warm it, reheat it in the oven. So that's going to take a little bit. All right, let me just take a look at this draft here. Give me my camera, please. Thank you. What do we got? Invoker? Okay, first point in the Wex. Okay, versus Lush, obviously, Quas Exhort. Oh, is this? Oh, it's a core gyro. Oh man, I got really excited. I thought it was a support gyrocopter, which again is very legit, and I mean expect to see it at the major, to be honest. Smoke on smoke action. Velihior is going to be able to dodge this one out. In fact, he's going to come back into a world of pain. We'll just take a look here. Oh, smoke's going to break from behind. Someone's behind you, guys. Someone's behind you. Okay, there it is. Nice movements here. Velihior has scouted them, though. Oh, no, they're going to miss. They're just going to miss each other. They were barely outside of each other's vision. Well played to Velihior there. Really nice job.
30 seconds to
I
battle.
can't believe that. He even got the ward down for free, too. Like, this is not going to be dewarded. Well, unless they, like, snipe a courier in a very obvious fashion, but you know what I mean. Did the title update? It did. Very nice. So I would say I'm surprised this one actually
The
went to
battle
3.
begins.
MC314 is someone I've casted before. Velihior, nobody knows. I don't believe. I don't know. If anybody knows, nobody knows. Please let us know. Kidara, of course. I mean, Cascade. They also played in Snow Sweet Snow, so I got to cast a bit of them as well. This could be First Blood, actually. They went with Ench and Velihior. Why Ench, though? Why? I don't understand the Ench pick, to be completely honest with you. Because normally, like, I don't mind Ench as long as there exists a reason for the Enchantress to be picked, and I do not see one this game. I mean, the Enchant is nice to have. I mean, it's nice to have, right? It's a good slow at level 1, but other than that, I don't really see the purpose. In fact, you literally have nothing to dispel this game. Right? Yeah, you have nothing to dispel. It doesn't really seem like a very strong pick. I mean, I think the best use case here for Enchant is going to be slowing down Shisui. You're probably not going to kill him, but of course the Ench is not going to kill him, but it could be useful for running away, or like in a sacrificial maneuver. Because let's be honest, if you get within Enchant range of Lesh, he's probably going to destroy you with his magic damage, especially on Enchantress. I don't know. The hero, I mean, Ench is super hard to counter this game as well. Like, every hero can kill Ench. No problems. Okay. So this is still kind of actually the way you... I mean, this is also how you play Core Gyro. You wouldn't take points in Flat Cannon this early on, but it's going to crush Timbersaw. If he wants to play a really fast-paced Gyro, he might be able to do so with kind of the support meta. But a very strong first point in Timber Chain here is going to save the life of MC314.
Yeah, thanks. .
currently on Team Unique, along with their position 5.
And it's off.
Cold Snap? It was a Cold Snap. Yeah, Qualifiers Invoker is a pain in the butt to lane against, especially against any int hero. So at least that'll be a strong pick here. This lane will get a little bit easier as we get more points in reactive armor, however, for the Timbersaw. So they shouldn't ever get too out of control here for the side of Why Try. But Cascade, they've got a strong lane versus Timber. He's not going to be able to play as super aggro as he would like to, actually. In fact, now that I look a little bit more at these, I mean, yeah, Timber gets absolutely demolished by Leshrac. It's, I think, the hardest counter to him in the game. There's just nothing. There's nothing you can do as Timbersaw. You just die. You just have to run. But that's not what Timber. I mean, yeah, you can run, but then you're not doing your Timbersaw job of standing in front and cutting them down. All right. Standard stuff for the gyrocopter, though. You can oh, okay. So there's Vel here trying to snipe a courier. Like I said, that's probably going to let him know that there's a ward. As he's going to think better of trying to dive the maiden. It's a little bit spicy to do that. Lila's doing a great job, though. I mean, doesn't even look like he's being hit at all with these anchor smashes.
Wait up.
You know, level 1 in Kraken Shell is awful. Like, it's so bad. It takes, what, 600 HP? That's literally, like, almost his... It's 2/3 of his HP, basically, to dispel, right? Like, it's so bad. But if there's a lane I would take it in, it might be versus an ENG and a Weaver, especially. Because Geminate attack, essentially, you get double the money, or you get double the value out of this damage block, right? But I also understand needing to go for Anchor Smash. It's the point in Gush that's a little bit surprising to me. I don't really think this is a lane, realistically, where you're going to get too many kills here with the Shaman. Really, only if you bring a Sentry and really commit to it. But even then, I think it's going to be a bit difficult. Okay, there's the point in Gush. It's to secure range creep CS, so never mind. I will retract my last statement, and I support the build. But they do need a gank, and Shisui is on the way. Only level 5, however, but it's an early rotation, so they won't really expect this one. And there they go. They're just going to go for the Ench. Hellbear Smasher with a little bit of a clap, but this is going to be perfect timing. First blood as well, 5 minutes in. And this is going to be bottle refills as well for Shisui. Yeah, good rotation very early on. You can pretty safely leave a Quas Wex Invoker, especially in lane, because he doesn't push real easily. He doesn't do a lot of tower damage. Like, it's a very easy game for the Lesh to be laning. And the best part about leaving the Invoker as a Lesh is you don't have to lane versus Invoker for, you know, the brief 30 seconds that you're not in the lane. Belhior is going to die here. As MC314 unable to do much there.
Thanks from
You're dead.
above.
And that's a cold, hard fact.
And it smells like my pizza has been reheated. So now I will bid you adieu, and I will be back. But I'll keep controlling the
Dire's
camera
top
here.
tower
Just
is
I
under
don't want to eat
attack.
into the mic. It just, I don't know.
Regeneration. Denied.
Mayday! Mayday!
Double kill.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Twisted core.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Where are you going?
Radiant are scanning.
Another petal falls.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Homing in.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Where's my pension?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Illusion. That was good of you.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh my god, I never muted my mic. Oh, I'm so sorry, actually. I really didn't mean to mute that. I just wanted to point out one thing while I'm still eating the pizza. I'm not quite done yet. I'm nearly finished. Hold on, their team fighting. Yeah, I mean, this is why Timber does nothing, right? That was what I was going to point out. Great move from Cascade. They know they need to push mid here and get rid of this tier 1 tower, because if they lose their tower first, which first of all shouldn't ever happen if you're playing a Lesh, especially versus an Invoker, that's when you know something's hit the fan. But they've taken the bot lane. They took it early on as well with a Weaver Ench, and that's a strong lane, but it's not. I mean, it's not strong enough to take the tower. My goodness. So this is a really, really nice recovery here for the side of Cascade. They're doing things really, really well. Unfortunately, they do still lose the gyro there early on, but that's fine because it's just that. It's early on. You can still very easily recover this. And with that, I will leave you to finish my
Dire's
pizza.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Goes.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The elements now.
Gotcha.
Triple kill.
Yo, what a hook shot. Did you guys see that? Beautiful hook shot, connects onto two. Cogs are perfect. Not only does he save the Invoker, but he turns the fight. Turns that one right around. Great job there. Also, I didn't know there was a tree here. Did you guys know that? I never realized there was a tree there. Never realized it. Now I'm ordering pizza. Yeah, it's very tasty. I'm a couple bites away. Unfortunately, it's already like a 2-day leftover slice, so I don't really think the crust is going to be too good. But, you know, it's whatever. It's no deep dish pizza from Chicago, but it'll do. It'll do. It hits the spot.
And it's
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nature attend us. Wait up, no.
Enchantress, you're a disgrace to 4 legs.
rock it on.
Service to imbalance. All that matters perishes with me.
A golden thread.
I'm burning up.
A snag in your timeline. I'm in your debt.
Haste!
Heal us.
Scoured!
Radiant are scanning.
Do it with flair.
Dire's courier has been killed.
All right, everyone, we're back now. The pizza has been consumed. Thank you very much. And I think we only missed a kill there or two, unfortunately. But Hookshot's gonna miss.
Dire's
Speaking of
top
missing
tower
things, but
is
don't
under
worry.
attack.
Here's the pressed kid. This still should be a kill onto the Tidehunter. Yeah, Whirling Death just absolutely wrecks him. But a great follow-up split Earth onto 2 from Shisui. Tornado though. Not good enough to save the life of the Clockwork. Another Yule Scepter here as we do have Lightless being controlled. Big call down here, but that's going to miss thanks to now the time lapse. Weaver, though, being continually controlled by Kaori. We nearly have another Shackles here. Kidaro's still alive as well, as they've only lost off laner and mid for both teams. Finally, the tie is going to be broken. Oh, big tie being broken there. Nice job on the Serpent Wards. Held on to those for the entire fight, but perfect placement there to get the kill onto the Voker. Welcome back, everyone. The pizza was great, nice and crunchy towards the end, and yeah, very, very tasty here. Which is surprising. I mean, you know, you think of countries that have good pizza, and Malaysia would not be on top of the list. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not the top of my list, but it's still pretty good. Good pizza place here. All right, so what do we got here? Gyrocopter's got Maelstrom Eggs. Take a look at all of our items here. Get caught back up, reacquainted with the game. We saw that Yule Scepter come into play. Timber saw as well with the Yule Scepter. It's going to help him stay alive a bit longer, of course, on top of his Hood of Defiance. That's the thing. You can itemize to make this matchup a little bit less worse, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be heavy-handedly towards the Lesh, no matter what. Even if you get a BKB, Lesh still kind of beats the crap out of you with the Fate's Edict, or Diabolic Edict explosions, because they go through BKB and their physical damage. So yeah, it hurts. What? I'm in Malaysia. I live here. I lived in Malaysia for a while. I'm American, though. I grew up in Chicago. Lightless. Oh my goodness, they messed up the stun. He's going to die. He's dead because of this. I think he would have been dead regardless, but missing the stun especially hurts because that didn't help. Are you supposed to cast Dream League Season 15 Open Qualifier games? I'm not going to be covering those. I'm going to be covering the CIS, the next round here, which is going to be starting in 15 minutes. Avo will be joining us for that. He's just making food now, and then he'll be ready for us. However, I know for a fact that T-Gov is going to be following, probably into the breach. They've got all the British boys there, so you can join T-Gov, Mofara, Nomad, and Capitalist over on his channel when those begin in, I believe, another hour or so. I don't think they start yet, but I know those are going to be starting relatively soon, so I definitely recommend you guys check him out if you're hoping to catch coverage of the EU qualifiers, or I suppose the Western EU ones. But this game actually is going quite swimmingly, and I think really the biggest difference maker is nobody knows. Hold that thought. They're still fighting. Oh, BKB popped there for the Gyrocopter, nearly getting the kill onto Lightless. Luckily, he gets the time lapse off in time, and that's BKB kind of wasted. They could look to initiate here. We still have Aegis as well for Lightless, as in he goes. The Swarm is only going to catch one, maybe two, but it does zone out effectively the Clockwork. Down goes the Maiden, call down into the Ravage. Great Blink Dagger here onto 3, and the Press Kit is going to be focused down. You're missing a lot of your damage. MC314 can't do a single thing, but in the meantime, Belhior as well as Lightless have managed to jump the Gyrocopter, and Lightless should be able to easily escape this fight. Belhior going for another one there, as he will pick off the Shaman, and with no ulti left here for the Tidehunter, that is a very big win for the likes of Why Try. Not game winning,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is
it's a
under
damn
attack.
good start.
Rock it on.
Fell here as well. I mean, Blade Mail is such a damn good item versus Lesh. He's got BKB now, so it's less effective. Oh, he's angry. That should have been mine. I wonder if you consider the mana breakdown. Nope. Okay, you do not. I was about to say, maybe you consider the mana break talent this game. Does it do damage, though? Is that effectively, if you do burn mana, is that also, what, half of, what, 10, 20 mana burned? Isn't that also, like, kind of 20 damage? Well, 10 damage per hit, right? I don't know if it works that way. I don't know if it counts, if it's the same as Diffusal. Because it's just mana burn, right? It's not a mana break. And I think the break is what does the damage.
Dire's middle tower is
But we still have
attack.
Aegis here. Going next into BKB for
Dire's
Lightless is going to help him
structures
a
are
lot. Because right now, not only is
Radiant
Ravage a
structures
concern,
are fortified.
minorly, because you can just outrun that with
Dire's middle
Sakuchi,
tower is under attack.
but mostly the Hex
Radiant's
and the
top
Frostbites
tower
are
is
going to
under
be
attack.
killer to you as this Weaver. But with everyone alive here on the side of Why I Try, and Aegis, Cascade, they can't really make a jump onto anyone here but the Timber Saw.
Radiant's
But
top
even then,
tower
Lightless
is
just
under
shows up and
attack.
it's not happening.
Dire's
That'll be
middle
space
tower
created then,
is
tier
under
2,
attack.
mid lane taken. And it's going to open up the map
Dire's
here a bit
middle
more.
tower
They
has
are
fallen.
taking a bit of damage here,
Radiant's
but
bottom
nothing really
tower
worth
is under
TPing
attack.
heroes back over instead of getting the tier 2 mid. Maybe now they're going to go for it.
Radiant
Maybe look to
are
punish this
scanning.
Gyro, who is going to go for the Aghanim Scepter next. Witchblade on this Invoker, so I think Witchblade's a fantastic item for Quaswex Invoker. It really helps you bridge the gap between you being Quaswex and demolishing the early game, and them having BKBs. It helps you do a lot more damage, especially when Wex is so low. Oh, Sunstrike. Okay, once again, level 2 Wex, so not doing a whole lot. Hook shot, though, as they have managed to catch Gyrocopter out of position. We got BKB Ravage, and we're going to use it. Gyro's going to cancel his TP away. They're going to try for Lightless, but he gets the timeless off and still has himself. That's Aegis of Immortality as well. Timber, they don't have the damage for him because Lesh already used the Edict. Doesn't have him, the explosions really to kill him too easily. The Hex is going to be mirrored on over, and of all people, it's going to be the Shaman first to die in that engagement. But again, a big win here for Why Try. We still have Aegis for another minute and a half, and there's no Ravage. Tidehunter, you're in a lot of trouble here. Not enough mana for Freezing Field, which might be able to get some damage done. As Kidaro thinking about it, but this Ice Wall is so annoying, and Shisui just asked him about it. He's stuck for now, as Belhior is going to drop. BKB active, Shisui just running them down as nobody knows, just ticking away. Creep Wave nukes down on top of that, as they have overextended and given 2 support kills, but they've not still gotten this Aegis. We've not gotten any cores either. Why Try, again, in a really comfortable position here. Nicely done. They're really punishing Cascade for not being able to contest this Aegis. To be honest, of course, I was eating pizza, so I wasn't really watching too closely on why that is, on why they were unable to contest Roche. But I'm just going to assume that they did it too damn quickly, of course, with the Swarm minus armor. And now we nearly have BKB. The thing is, right now, it's really tempting for Lightless to continue fighting because you have 30 seconds left of Aegis, but you also have BKB and probably that same amount of time if you commit to farming. They're going to go for the kill on Takeori, as they might be able to get the Press Kid. Nope, he's going to have the Force Staff away. Aegis is up in 15 here. Can they actually time this correctly? It doesn't look like it, but they're going to force the time lapse at the very least. Shaman is going to die, if anything, to the Swarm or the Sunstrike, but there's Aegis. That had 5 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen, and unfortunately, they just gave him a free second life. Kidaro, in the meantime, has been caught by the hook shots of our Clockwork. And once again, 3 cores hiding underneath the tower for Cascade. There's no Aegis, but you got full HP here. Time lapse back in 30. Ravage is going to be available in 30 seconds as well. But here's Gyrocopter manning up, popping the BKB, gets the kill at least onto the Invoker. That's going to get a buyback here out from the Shaman, who's going to TP to tier 2, pick up the kill onto the Timber Saw. At least they should. We've got Shackles ready, and they're going to get him. Nice. Nice. They went a little bit too far there, for sure. Belhior might even end up taking a dive. Unfortunately, those cogs are positioned in such a way that makes it a little bit difficult. Blink Dagger for Shisui, however, is an interesting idea. And that's going to let him another kill here. We've got BKB and a Weaver with time lapse. We're just going to BKB. They're going to turn. He's completely out of mana. We've got Ravage, but against BKB'd heroes, it'll do absolutely nothing. And down goes Shisui. All of a sudden, that's going to turn into 2 kills here. Full HP and a BKB on the Weaver. Can we turn? There's going to be, oh my goodness, the supports. Can they get the job done? These explosions not doing them any favors, though. A little bit unlucky, unfortunately. They will at least get the kill onto Belhior, and they're going to force back Lightless. But almost a super Poggers moment where 2 supports kill the unkillable, the mighty Weaver. Nice job, though. Fun game. A lot of back and forth. Each team is kind of overcommitting to each engagement, to be honest. They just want to fight. They both want to fight. They both feel strong, and they both want to show it. (966) in a single team fight. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. It was definitely excessive fighting for sure. I will agree with you on that, but it wasn't like no team had a very, very clear advantage in those fights. They were just kind of both looking for good initiations and couldn't really find one either way. And the only time they managed to actually get an advantage in a fight is when the other team had put themselves out of position trying to get a better position in these fights. So it's kind of this unique song and dance where they both kind of have to be a little bit more careful. And unfortunately, I think this is where it's nice to have the Y try draft because of the Clockwork pick, but it's also not nice to have them because of the ENG pick. Because ENG, outside of laning stage, again, with nothing to dispel in this game, all she does is provide a slow, which could be nice, but let's be honest, if you know, it's very unlikely that the slow itself is the reason why you get a kill here. But she's great for breaking smokes, right? Mid lane, they could use a little bit of help onto the Timber Saw as he's being rooted up. Another Yule Scepter, that's going to be his own double BKB. As, well, there goes nobody knows. Lightless, though, trying and fighting with his own 9-second BKB. He's going to force Shisui on back. Hookshot is going to connect perfectly into the gyro as his BKB expires. Hookshot, though, and we have Ravage with the call down. Kadaro as well, letting it go. Is doing so much damage as they got both supports already. And MC 314 in a bad spot. There's the Ravage here in the river in his natural habitat. Lightless is going to go down. Did not have the time lapse anyway. And Cascade, they turn it around. They finally get the fight they're looking for. All the ultis line up beautifully as the BKBs expire, as does basically the entirety of this Y try lineup. They will drop. Invoker, Sunstriking, Roche. It's a good move because, of course, Roshan can be respawning as quickly as now, but it'll take a little bit longer. Nah, it's not GG yet. That's not GG yet. You still lose Gyro in that fight. That's the biggest deal, right? You still lose Gyro. This game is still very, very, very easy to come back from, I would say. There's a lot of pretty good methods you can take, especially because right now, guess what? You fight Cascade, they don't have anything. They don't have anything. And we won't have another Ravage for a minute and a half. We won't have Snakes for a whole minute. We won't have... I mean, I guess this ulti is not as impactful, right? And that's really what's going to be the problem. Who do I think is going to win? I'm thinking. It's because the issue is it's going to be a little bit later, right? This game is not going to end unless one team just like kind of goes mode feed. It's not going to really end for a while.
Gotcha.
So I think it'll be probably, if I had to favor a draft at this stage, it would be Cascade. I think once our BKB durations start running out, this Lesh is going to look really, really damn good. Invoker doesn't have any setup for like a Cataclysm, so his late game potential is a little bit limited because I think a 5-second BKB is still more than enough to deal with an Invoker. Weaver, his BKB durations are starting to run out as well, and Gyro is still not yet at his peak, right? Weaver, he's a little bit more of your early game tempo hero. Like once he gets the Scotty and level 25, anything else is just kind of nice to have. He's gonna pop the BKB. This is a great initiation though, as we do not have Ravage yet for another 30 seconds, and it's showing off already how badly they need a great hook shot, but Kadaro's gonna get off the ulti only for a couple of seconds. That's enough damage though to nuke down the Clockwork, and Kidaro is gonna be second to fall. Once again, though, our Gyro does not end up using his BKB. What? High ground? Okay, they were trying to get vision. Oh, they got the kill anyway. Very well worth it. Nice play there. Very, very good play. Damned if you do, damned if you didn't there for Shisui, because if he ran away in a straight line, he would have gotten killed by that Sunstrike. But since he turns around, he actually ends up getting killed by the Chakram. Anyways, okay, depressed kid. Ravage actually ends up catching 3 heroes there, by the way. I think 4 heroes. Yeah, because they killed 2. No, I call it 3 heroes there. I mean, you ravage for the Invoker primarily, right? Of course, you never really end up ravaging for an Enchantress on purpose. Yeah, the real winner is us, the viewers. That's absolutely right. But huge, actually. Getting that extra kill there, not only onto the Timbersaw, who dies, pick up the kill onto the Lesh, but also the Invoker dying is massive. And guess what? Lightless, I don't think he can fight 1v2, but it's a 2v2 instead, actually. Fell here with a beautiful hookshot from behind. They didn't expect him from there. As Gyro, he's going to go down. It looks like Tidon are in trouble as well as down he goes. Velhior My goodness, what a play. Lesh is coming, though. There's a DD rune chilling in the bottom rivers. They're going to buy back a second hero. Val hero, no way. No way he lives. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, neither is the maiden, though. That wasn't a buyback for her. Shisui might be able to finish up Roche here, but it's a bit dicey with Lightless here. Okay, there's nothing to say. Just, you know, he's trying his best. Space created, because guess what? It takes them so long to kill him that Invoker's alive again, and we burn plenty of mana on the Lush. They can't do this. They cannot do Roche. Timber and Invoker are both alive again. And I guess that's the value of the Enchantress, because guess what? No mana equals no fight, and that means no chance to contest this Roshan. Aegis and Cheese here on over to Lightless. This is exactly what you're looking for here if you're a Wide Try. This could end up snowballing into a victory for them. 2k no worth lead, meaningless, but Aegis and Cheese is fantastic. I might even give Cheese here to maybe your Timber Saw, maybe to your Invoker.
Is under attack.
We need a BKB on this Invoker, though. He is kind of getting owned right now. Not his fault. It's his fault for not building BKB, if I'm being honest with you. But, you know, I also see the case for finishing the Solar Crest, especially on a Quaswex Invoker. Alacrity plus Solar Crest is... Weaver goes burr. It's ridiculous. The real winner was the friends we made all along the way. Well, the real winner is the fact that we get a lot of great Dota and that there's still a lower bracket, right? So I would say the viewers at the end of the day are the biggest winners. With this in mind, I favor now Why Try to win within this Aegis essentially, or immediately after it. And then after that, I think it gets really difficult. It gets difficult. Cuddle Puppy says, Invoker hasn't felt strong to me for years. I would recommend trying to catch a couple of Hellbear Smashers games. Stormer, Invoker Spammer. 2,600 games on Invoker. Plays Quasar Invoker and Professional. This is a lot of fun to watch. Ravage is going to be for the backliners here. It's a good one, but Weaver's already in. He's lost his first life immediately. I missed both kills at the same time. He's going to be trapped inside these servant wards. A great hook shot to stop anything from coming through. Shisui as well, getting ran at by Lightless, who gets the buffs, but only to run away because this team fight is falling apart. Belhior trying his best. Those are some great cogs. Push back on a 2 as Kadaro's going to be nuked down, but at the cost of his own life here. Gyro is going to sacrifice himself. That was overclock used, I think. Indeed it was, so the stun is going to end up condemning him. Invoker looking to run, does manage to dodge at least a little bit of the damage here with all his moves, but he's got no more spells here to disengage, and Weaver's the only one to live only because he's got Aegis. Am I going to cast Team Bald, Gork's lineup? Probably not. I know that, what's his name? Once again, T-Gov is going to be covering the European qualifiers, and I think Team Bald is playing first anyway, and I think T-Gov is he's having a lot of people on, by the way. You guys should tune in. Nomad, Mofara, so basically all the British casters, except for KP, and OD, of course. He's also British. I sometimes forget. I don't know why. So not all the British casters, because I guess we've got really quite a few British casters, don't we? But of course, pot calling the kettle black because I'm American, and American casters, Omega Lol. But speaking of American casters, he's also going to have a Cap joining them. So you guys should check them out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, I know T-Gov will be covering him. I think he's going to be watching Into the Breach because, of course, if you have the British casters on, you need to watch ADZ and Tanner play, right? But I don't believe we're going to be covering European Opens. NA casters. Imagine being an NA caster. The joke is that, in case you didn't know, I'm also American. Blink Dagger into the Shivas for Lesh. Let's take a look at another items here, because I think Cascade, they're in the driver's seat of this game now. They're just getting absolutely wrecked by this Blink Dagger on Tidehunter. They've got no way to realistically cancel it. This is a good start. No Ravage for another 24 seconds. This is their best opportunity to fight, as it's a big call down here on the Lightless. But he pops the BKB, man's up, and is fighting versus the Gyrocopter, who's got a Satanic, and now he's going to use it. But that Eye of Scotty is going to make it life a little bit more difficult. BKB is expired, though, as they have managed to find the pickoff onto Shisui, who did buy back earlier. And Vel here, he's going for more. He's already used the overclock, so down he will go. And Lightless in trouble. Great tornado that might just save him, but the Ravage is back up as well from the Tidehunter. Oh, wow. Well played. This Tidehunter is winning them the game, as well as Kaori, it should be said. I don't think they recognize the tips there, really just punishing the Weaver for being out of position.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
has fallen.
that might be game. We got no buyback on Weaver. I mean, it's a little bit
Radiant's middle
questionable not to
tower
have
is under
buyback for
attack.
500 gold and committing to a
Dire's
decisive
structures
engagement
are
like that. But again, I mean, it's qualifiers. Those mistakes will happen. I think Cascade. This is a team that's been playing. I want to say that their carry's a little bit new. But this is a team that has been playing at least for around a month together, so you know they're not going to be really making those kinds of mistakes. Great fight though, great fight out from them. Really nice job.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Now
are
might be
under
game.
attack. Dire's
It's not
top
literally
tower
going to be
is
game
under
because they can't get
attack.
megas, but they don't know that this Weaver doesn't have buyback. They might figure this one out soon. Is the EU closed quali is going to be streamed? Yeah. Like I said, I would check out T-Gov's channel. I know he's going to be covering it. Nomad and Mofara might as well go live. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Incoming!
But twitch.tv/T-Gov, check him out. I know he'll be doing it.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Of course,
has fallen.
watch our stream until we're done, and then you can go to T-Gov, right?
Dire's top tower
Okay,
is
what
under
else do we have
attack.
here? CIS team's doing their impressions of. By the way, we're
Dire's
about
bottom
to.
tower is under attack.
I mean, I think we'll probably watch this one play out because either it's going to end in the next 10 minutes or it's going to become like a 60-minute slog fest, which is going to be pretty fun to cast. It's probably going to be the former rather than the latter. I think this one's going to be ending within the next 10 minutes. Probably in favor of Cascade now that we've got even bigger items coming up. The problem is they just can't even seem to pick a fight without Ravage. Like, they pick fights that are like 30, 25 seconds left on Ravage cooldown, and then they get drawn into these long, decisive engagements, and they end up getting their ass beat. Because Gyrocopter loves long fights. Lesh loves long fights as well. He's only limited by his mana, right? Weaver as well, he doesn't mind long fights because then you get more procs of Geminate attack in, and that's all fantastic, but Invoker's not really a fan. Ench doesn't even fight realistically. Timber doesn't mind long fights, I suppose, but he's really hard countered this game, so he doesn't like fighting in this game. Like,
Dire's
I think
top
Cascade, they're just going to
tower
run it
is
down
under
mid here.
attack.
In a good way. In a good way. And I think they can just force the issue here. One buyback in the game. Yeah, there's Serpent Wards. And guess what? No more split pushing versus a freaking Serpent Ward Shadow Shaman, who's got BKB, by the way, so be careful, because this is not 8-second BKB. There's the Ravage. It's going to catch 3 heroes. Ench is dead, but really what was she doing beforehand? Still alive as Weaver. He gets off the time lapse. His BKB's now expired. Continuing to fight. It's going real bad, though, but they at least have gotten the kill onto the Gyro and the Lesh. They're going to buy back. They want to try and force it here. Ancient is exposed. Serpent Wards are hitting it, but they've actually managed to
Radiant's
defend.
Ancient is under attack.
Throne is going to be taking a bit of damage. Sunstrike is going to be committed, and that's going to be a kill. I mean, you might as well commit that 4th buyback, to be honest. It looks like they don't want to do so. They've bought back on the Weaver. They bought back on the Weaver. Do you have your own channel? You're one of my favorite casters. Watch most of your DPC games without knowing the teams. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm on Seek and Strike on Twitch here, but I don't really stream. And when I do stream, I usually just play indie games. So, you know, if that's your cup of tea, hop on by. But my Dota games are not too impressive. I am merely an Ancient 1 player in C. So no, I don't really tend to stream those.
Great, now I'm seeing things too.
And Avo made me stream on his channel. He said otherwise I would not be able to eat cake. All right, this is looking really, really bad. It's not quite a throw. I mean, the 3 buybacks is definitely very questionable for sure. I mean, let's be honest there, right?
Dire's
That's not
courier has been
that's not
killed.
amazing.
Here it goes.
Dire's
But
courier has been killed.
I will say they're doing pretty nice here. They're doing pretty nice. I mean, Gyro's still getting his items. The fact that I don't even know actually, to be honest, how Gyro died in that fight. I was kind of more paying attention to the Weaver, who probably is the one who killed him, because Satanic is such a hard counter. Okay, there's Ench, but who cares about Ench? She's dead, but she was basically dead already when you pick the hero. That triggers the buyback out from Tide, so this is actually now, I think, a really, really nice play here. Okay, they're going to buy back on the Ench, because they think Roche is up, and they're not wrong. It'll be up in 14 seconds. This is going to be the decisive engagement. This is going to be the decisive engagement, I would say. Around Roshan, which is going to be up in 2 seconds. Both teams are going to be able to scout it relatively quickly. And this is Aegis number 3. What do you think, boys? Aghanim's Blessing or Refresher Shard. Aghanim's Blessing is probably a win here for Wyatt Try, as they're just going to go for it here. In a bad spot is Shisui, but Lightless trying his best to fight him. Already using the Minotaur Horn as well as the BKB, so now he's going to have to back off. MC314 might not be in such a good spot, but if cut it out the BKB, Velhior, he traps both cores in here, and the double hook shot with the Ravage on top. Is it going to be enough to save him? Yes, it is. They didn't have the Scotty debuff, so Gyro's back to full HP, but you at least dispatch of the Lash. Oh, but it's disastrous. Kiori, he's managed to find the Weaver. He locks him down with his own BKB. Nobody cares about the entrance. They want the Invoker, but they'll have to settle for the Ench anyway. 3 dead, 3 diebacks as Cascade, they look to be punching their ticket here to continue into the upper bracket round 2. There they go, turning now Kaori. That's not even with Shard, baby. Just with an Aegis and good positioning. Well played, Kaori. Really, it's the supports winning these fights, and now this is GG for sure. Let's see, what did Roche have, just for shits and gigs? It was the Aghanim's Blessing. But I do believe this is GG well played here. Yeah, there's no way you go back. I mean, Ancient's already exposed, right? And that's going to be the game. Well played, Cascade. Sounding a really, really strong game from Wyatt Try as well. I got to be completely honest with you. And there's definitely a couple of openings you could look to exploit here versus Cascade, but a very strong game nonetheless. And Velhior's, I'd be a little bit upset as well. I mean, he played out of his mind. He really did play. I mean, Velhior, well played. GG, well played. I mean, around nothing but applause here and the highest respect for Velhior, because my goodness, was he really landing some game-changing, some could have been game-changing hook shots there, especially towards the end. Very nicely done. And we can hear that side gunner continuing to pitter-patter away. But Cascade moving on to the next round. I don't believe we know their opponent quite yet. This is the game we're going to be wanting to be watched next, so we'll jump right in, even though there's going to be a bit delayed. We do know who they're going to be playing next. So they're going to be playing versus Almost Disbanded, who got the 2-0 win. Oh, this one's already drafting already. This is great. Let me hit up Alvaro for the Discord call, and we'll get going. As let me go ahead and update titles. Hello, Alvaro. You're live on air on your own channel.
Really?
Yeah.
I get
10 seconds
the
remaining.
Avo Plus channel.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing this as a favor to you,
5
okay?
seconds
Just so you know,
remaining.
this is a favor. So don't blow it, okay? Don't fuck it up, all right?
I know this is my one opportunity, right?
Yeah.
I've never been on such a big channel
You're
before,
not
so
allowed. You know, if you mess it up, the channel is mine. So
is that how? Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's much more pressure than I was expecting.
Kappa.
Well, thank you for putting me live immediately. It's very nice to join you. How was the cast?
Oh, pretty good. Almost Disbanded. 2 beautiful drafts, honestly. I was really shocked. Malrine just didn't have a game both times, unfortunately.
I saw that.
And the second game was particularly interesting because we saw, interesting enough, an AA pick here. Are you watching this next game here already? V Gaming versus Amiga?
I'm joining in now.
Nice. Because they just picked an AA. But what happened in game 1 was fascinating because we had a first phase for Almost Disbanded of
5
Morphling
seconds remaining.
after it was first pick overall in the whole draft. After they first phased, the enemy's first phase, that is an Alchemist. So both teams were kind of like, I'm not going to ban the AA. And it ended up working a lot better for Almost Disbanded because the opener was an Alchemist Coddle. So they had a Coddle AA support duo. Really didn't work out too nicely. And Almost Disbanded with a nice 2-0 win. So that was really cool to watch. And I only caught the end there of, what's it called? Of Cascade versus Wyatt Try. But Wyatt Try, they looked